All right, Mac here's the Maniacs. I'm back at y'all request. I see a lot of ladies in the comment section wanting some more Kev Mac tonight. If you didn't know, the Cheetah video part one dropped while we were away. So if you didn't know, I want you guys to go check that out when you get a chance. The link is right there in the comment section. Um, that's just part one. It's about 10 minutes long. Unmute? Who's muted? My shit don't say I'm muted, bro. That might be your shit. Knowledge without wisdom applied to it equals confusion. Well, I'm confused as hell, my nigga. That's all I can say. I'm super confused. You thought it was a game? Just watched it. It's fire. Good looking out, man. I seen 4 likes and no dislikes, so I know 4 of y'all watched it. Yeah, it was you, Bobby. I already know. Cause my earphones sometimes will let me know. But OG Proficial, what up? I think it's a decent interview. I haven't seen it all yet, but she gives some good information. She's a little more smoother and calmer than she was on the live. But one thing that really stood out to me, she says Raymond Washington was really the first gang member in the neighborhood. And she says, no disrespect to Raymond, but Mac Thomas was first. And this always goes back to my thoughts on the Crips being started where Raymond's at, Castle Crips, and then just spread it all over the east side, the west side, other cities, Compton, and everywhere else. I don't think they all really knew what was going on and who was who in the beginning. I personally formed the opinion that a lot of these people didn't grow up together. I think the different schools they went to is why I like to ask what schools they went to. I think once you cross Century going south, I think that was like a whole different neighborhood, whole different schools that they went to than those north of Century. So I'm thinking Raymond and them started they shit. There was how many ever of them in the beginning, and it spread it going south, and then west and more south, and then start spreading north on the west side. And so I'm thinking and this is just my thoughts. I may be inaccurate, but I'm thinking that's why Cheetah says Mac Thomas was the first gangster in the neighborhood. And no disrespect him, but Mac was first. I think Mac Thomas was probably one of Raymond's first recruits, or Mac Thomas was pushing it hard before everybody else. Mac Thomas probably bought into it before the others. Just my thoughts. Don't write it down. Don't put it in a history book. These are just my thoughts. It'll be real good to get different perspective from more OGs that was from that original Crip tree lineage. The Crip tree. But one interesting conversation that I had with Cheetah off camera and with Barefoot Pookie, the 3 of us off camera last night, is whatever you have to say about Raymond Washington, whether it's bad or whatever, or you try to take credit from him, it just won't fly with me. You can't do that with me. You just can't do that with me, because how could Raymond not be all of that to recruit all of these dudes that was allegedly so tougher, so harder, and came before Raymond? Raymond had to be a beast in order to get Mac Thomas to conform to Crips, Mad Dog conform to Crips, Moto conform, Ricky Silas conform, Bulldog, Craig Croddick, and on and on and on. And I'm not naming everybody. I mean, you could name some dudes from the Q, some dudes from 11-8, 6 Deuce, the West Side, Other dudes in Compton that didn't come by way of Tookie or whoever else you want to give that to in Compton, but you just can't do that with me. That don't fly with me. All these dudes bit into what Raymond started. All these dudes bit into what Raymond created, Raymond's creation. And that's why I always call him the Brigadier General. He's that top guy that was able to bring everybody together and push the name of what he started. And the legacy took off and ain't never stopped. The legacy still continued 51 years ago. I don't know how many parts Cheetah's interview is going to be. Like I said, I haven't even seen the whole interview. I just did that part and threw it up there for y'all since y'all was liking Cheetah so much. I got so many comments and text messages about her live, so I just thought I'd hurry up and throw that up there. So I don't know. I can't tell you how many parts. I have no idea. It wasn't a long interview because she was drinking and smoking. Phone kept ringing. People kept calling her. It was just hard to do an interview. So I did what I could handle. And then we start talking to Barefoot Pookie. But you think the guests on your live was doing the most? I don't know what they was doing, man. See, because I can't speak for you guys. You guys in the comment section, a lot of you agreed with a little bit of what they said. Some of you didn't agree with hardly nothing they said. I'm not into all that deep, deep Black history or genetics and genealogy. I can't go that far back because I never studied it. It doesn't interest me because in my experience, you get all these guys in a room or at a table or a classroom, and nobody's gonna have the same history. People tell Black history from their point of view or from their teachings. The guy next to us, he learned from somebody else. So he's not going to have the same beliefs and some of this stuff that's being said don't have the facts to support it. Some do, and people not aware of it. So it just throws me off, man. I can't get into that. So this conversation wasn't for me. When you start talking about, different parts of religion and Israelites and where the original Black man comes from and what tribe we come from, I get lost every time. And let me be more specific just to get this out the way. You can have a dude saying that we come from Israel or we come from this country or that country. The next guy says, he can speak well. He can lay the history down to you and have you believe in it and have you loving that shit. Like, oh, this is deep. Oh, yeah, that's why we dark. Oh, yeah, that's why we get these muscles. Oh, yeah, that's why this, that, and the other. Our eyes are this color. Our hair is this texture. And you start believing that shit. Then the other nigga in the room starts giving you his spiel, and it's different from what the nigga just convinced you of. So I get lost in that shit. Like, that shit is not for me, man, because I haven't done my own studying, and I wouldn't even know where to start because you have all these different scientists and what do you call them people? Not historians, but, you have all this different, and that's why I brought that up on the platform. We just have different teachings, different education, different philosophies. And I can't get into that. Shit gives me a headache. Why the fuck you think I'm drinking right now, my nigga? I wasn't drinking when we was on. I wasn't drinking earlier. Nigga, I wasn't lying when I said I had to drink, nigga. Send me to the electric chair, nigga. Shoot me up. Kill me right now, nigga, because that shit loses me. That's too much for my brain to process. I don't get that shit. I could talk some Crip shit. I could give you some Crip history. I could talk about some beginnings of the Crip. But guess what? When I give it to you, I'm going to tell you from what I was told, from what I heard, from the newspaper articles that I got, from my perception, from what I gathered, from what me and my homeboy learned, I'm not going to tell it to you like I was there. Nigga, I never met Raymond Washington. What I look like telling you what Raymond was doing and what he looked like and what he dressed like, besides looking at some pictures? I can't tell you that shit, but I can form an educated opinion due to all the people I talked to and all the articles my homeboy looked up and gave to me and shared with me and police reports. I can do that shit. Nigga, I could give you some Crip history, nigga. I can't give you all that American history and Indian history and African history, and I can't give you that shit. I'm sorry, bro. That shit gives me a headache, nigga. Like if I start trying to break down the rolling 60s of y'all niggas probably get a headache. Y'all probably be like, man, keep that shit simple, nigga, and tell me about the origin of the Crips. Because that rolling 60 history and how they conformed and came together, that shit'll give an outsider a headache. Because you have to understand the dynamics, the geographics, the reasons to why. You know, you always have to ask why. It's just too complicated. So, and then some things be contradictory. Some things are very contradictory, like when you start dealing with history, like if we can't scientifically find DNA that goes further than our parents, and they have all this census, all this paperwork that's out there that we can go get and find out what tribe we come from. Why all the people I know, I'm not talking about scientists or people with these deep history books, but all the people I know, teachers, uncles, homeboys, they can only go so far because the paperwork don't exist. The census don't go back that far. Paperwork was torn up and names changed and language changed when they came over here on boats from Africa. So I don't know, man. That shit just kills me. Like, nigga, well, I don't know what tribe I'm come from because as far as I know, nigga, our shit stopped, nigga, in South Carolina, in Charleston, South Carolina, and Augusta, Georgia. Like, we can't go back no further than that shit. We don't have that paperwork. So I don't know what tribe I come from, nigga. And then you wonder why motherfuckers call themselves black or African American? Because, nigga, they don't know who to identify with. Motherfuckers ain't been to Africa. We can't get on the phone and call our great grandparent in Africa. We can't call our third cousin in Africa, nigga. We can't call the nigga that grew up down the street from us in Africa and ask him what's going on in the neighborhood now. So I don't know how that shit's supposed to be that traceable. And then you ask where you come from, and a nigga tell you he Indian or he's American Indian. Okay, nigga, so your ancestors was born in America. your ancestors born in America. So what tribe are they from? How are they from? So the shit be contradictory to me, and I don't try to figure that shit out. Nigga, I'll be the first to tell you, nigga, I failed American government. I failed history. I failed science. Nigga, just give me simple English, simple math. Nigga, give me PE, graphic arts. Give me electric. Give me some wood shop. Give me some shit like that, nigga. And I could tell you about that, and I could get into that, nigga. That shit won't give me a headache. That shit's entertaining to me, and I'm pretty good at it. But all that shit, it's like, man, I don't know who to believe or who to trust, so it ain't worth me really trying to find the lineage. I know they don't want you to know the lineage, homie. And that's my point is dude saying that we can find our lineage. Well, find mine for me, Henny God. I'll pay for it, my nigga. But I'm going to know when you're lying because we already got a book on our shit. But it stops in Augusta, Georgia and Charleston, South Carolina. I still want to know Kev's discussion point about what he thinks the exact date of the bloodlines. Well, I can't give you no exact date, but I like the point you said that I think. Well, again, me and my homeboy that do research, we gonna figure it to be around 1976 to 1978. Now, I'm sure it was before 78, but I believe it was absolutely after 76 based on court records and newspapers. You will never see the blood gang in neither one of those prior to like 78, something like that. So I would say there. Now, that's not to dispute AC Babalui's information or Triple OG Frog's information. They were there, they lived it, they got pictures, but the pictures don't say blood. The pictures say bounty hunter. The pictures say West Side. Pictures don't say blood gang or Pyro, or even AC said, wasn't no first bloods. It wasn't no Pyro blood, wasn't no Brim blood, wasn't no bounty hunter blood. And that's where I absolutely agree with AC Babalui. And that goes along with me and my homeboy done found in research. I done posted probably 25 articles in these interviews that specifically say Athens Park Boys, Van Ness Boys, Brams, Walnut, Pyru, Bounty Hunter, Denver Lane Boys or Denver Lane Gang. Specifically, they don't say blood. I don't say blood. We even got one article, good looking out, OGC. We even got one article that actually tries to, during that time, the late 70s, or maybe like 80, 81. I'm going to say around 80 or 81. The article tries to tie them all together, and it says that some of them was Crips. It says some of those gangs was friendly with Crips or was Crips. And we know that to be true because we done heard the history of the Swans and a couple other blood gangs that people talked about was going to lean one way or the other. So yeah, man, that's my answer between 76 and 78. Well, I don't know my I don't know my history, bro. So I'm the last person that's gonna give you a reason for why the way the world is the way it is now because I don't know the history. I don't know about all the different wars, why there was a Japanese war and Chinese war and World War One and World War Two and Korean War. I don't know why we had all those wars. I don't know why Iraq and Iran was fighting. I don't know why the Israels and Palestine. I don't know why all these people fight. So I'm not going to pretend like I do. When I have a world question like that, a worldly question, I just holler at my homeboy S Mac, man. S Mac is well read on all that shit. S Mac knows a whole lot more than some fucking gang history. That's just like a joke to him because his information and his knowledge is so much deeper than the fucking Crips and Bloods. That nigga tell you all about Germany and Europe and everything else, Africa and China and Japan, world politics, economics. So that's my go-to guy if I have a question, but I'm not gonna never try to tell you why the world the way it is because I don't know. I don't beef with no Sereno gang, man. I just don't have beef with nobody, man. Especially no black man, unless he got beef with me. I could see in the interview with Monster Cody that Kevin S. Mac was trying to fit some pieces for the wider Rolling 60 history, and that was fascinating. Well, really, when you say fit some pieces, you're absolutely accurate. When you say to wider the Rolling 60s, no, we don't need no widens on the Rolling 60s. We just want more clarification and put pieces together. That's all. Or I shouldn't even say clarification. I should say verification. Um, Believe me, man, we know a lot about the '60s history as well. It's just we want an unbiased view. Like we done heard everything from our side damn near that we could hear. We probably done heard like 85% from our side. But we don't want a one-sided view. That's why we ask rivals. We ask the Inglewood families, the A-Tray gangsters, the Brams, the VNs of Bram. We ask them questions to see from their side, from their point of view, and their facts. And that's how we come with our information, man, unbiased. So generally, probably 99 out of 100 times, if me or S Mac give you a take on something the '60s was involved in, it's not because it don't come out one-sided because we from '60s. No, nigga, we don't care about that. Every great empire has failed. So we not tripping off that shit. Like Mumpy said, when we was at our apex, and if you don't believe me, go ask your big homeboys. We understand the height of the rolling '60s, and we understand where it has went since then. So we want to hear the other side. Who was the man? What did y'all think? How did this incident happen? Who was there? Then that also adds or takes away credibility from people that been lacing us. And fortunately, we've been laced by some real, honest niggas that was in the trenches that really participated, that really made names for themselves and help make the name Rolling 60. So we've been fortunate. We don't have them niggas that be lying and making shit up. I mean, we got one or two, but I'm just saying from the top, them niggas is honest. Them niggas done talked about this shit in the pen. Them niggas done ran across their rivals in the pen or their friends before the beef started in the pen. So these niggas is well rehearsed on their history and very accurate because they know if they tell us something and we end up talking to the other nigga gonna tell us something different. Nobody want to get bust out like that. And quite frankly, if you steady coming out on top, you ain't got no reason to lie. You just telling it like it really is. So it's good to hear it from the rival's point of view, especially like in that Center Park interview when Taco spoke on my homeboy Baby Looney. Like nigga, Baby Looney was coming through. And that's the type of shit we want to hear. We want to hear the enemy say that shit. And then that should be for real. Sam from 111 just passed, bro. Like 3 weeks ago. You can look it up. Sheriff deputies shot a man waving a gun, as they say, over there in their hood. This just happened right before Debo died. Debo on Friday. Man, look at here, man. You guys can say whatever y'all want to say, man. I'm giving y'all my perspective, and you don't have to agree with it. I don't need to know no other niggas' perspectives because some people just ain't going to give it to you the way it should be given. If Brims was blood before blood, the Pyrus wouldn't be saying they the first bloods. If Brims was bloods before blood, the bounty hunters wouldn't be saying that they hooked up with the Pyrus and started blood. If the Brims was blood before blood, why wasn't it a blood gang? Why wasn't it a blood alliance? Why didn't they say Brims blood? Why it ain't Brims blood gang? I don't know, man. I mean, Matt Ronald is probably right. Matt Ronald's older than me, and Matt Ronald was a blood. So it is what it is, man. We gonna always have more than one perspective, though. No matter if Matt Ronald is accurate or Kev Mac's accurate, it don't matter. It's everybody has their own way of breaking down the history. I'm not siding with Baba Louie, but at the same time, if that's how you interpret it, because like I said, Baba Louie's story sound the most plausible. And this is probably I probably never told you guys this. I may have, I may not have, but I've told some people offline. The fact that Monster Cody and AC Moses can give you names and dates off the top of their head without stuttering or without saying having to think about it, without having to look at a book, without having to go online. For them to do that and for us to go back and look those names and incidents up and find them, lets you know that those two dudes have some accurate information. Now, there's been many occasions other people can't tell us shit. And when they do tell us, that information is wrong as hell. They got the wrong person, the wrong place, they got the wrong date. People don't even know. Check this out. When these people be telling these stories, male or female, or should I say male and female, when they be telling these stories, they'll say something like, man, he was way older. He was 6 years older. He was 9 years older. Or they'd be like, man, he was a little baby. He was a little baby compared to me. And then you look this shit up and they be 1 or 2 years different, maybe 3 years difference. That's a big difference. And that takes away from a person's credibility when they're going over history. Now, the stories may be accurate, the stories may be true and accurate, but the specifics is off. So when we doing research and we weighing a person's credibility, that shit is powerful. That shit plays a big part. So, you know what I'm saying? When I lived in LA, 79, 87, City Stone was blood, but Six Deuce was Brims. Don't tell them nothing, American Anonymous. Oh boy. Yeah, but 3 years ain't gonna never make a difference when you say somebody 9 years older than you, or a person 1 year under than you, and he's a baby. How I'm gonna call a nigga in fifth grade a baby and I'm in sixth grade? I just graduated from high school. How I'm gonna call a high school senior a baby? That shit don't make sense. Then you talk about somebody 9 years older than you. Nigga, they been to finish junior high and high school when you still in third grade. They 9 years older than you. Come to find out, you was a freshman when that motherfucker was a senior. That ain't 9 years. But I'm just saying, so these are tools that I use for credibility. Yeah, L's still around. L been on live on here. L been on here. I talk to L all the time, man. Almost every day. We'll send a text message. L is L's a real significant person in my life, man. He's a lot of my stuff. I keep at his house. And shit, when the police used to come look for me, they used to kick down his door. You know what I'm saying? People that got a problem with me, they go by his house and tell him they got a problem with me or they looking for me. So yeah, L is like a real life brother to me, man. Like a little brother to me. I don't know nothing about the Crip networking website, Crip World. I have no idea, bro. This fool said it McDonald. Who the hell is McDonald? You talking about Mac Thomas or you talking about Donald Archie? This nigga said McDonald. Is Pamela Taylor up in here? Pamela wanted me to come back so bad. And we got more people in here than we had in here for the last video, which is amazing. Well, in a roundabout way, see, I don't really like to give y'all too much insight because there will be people listening or watching that'll disagree or deny some shit that I tell you guys. Um, but I'll say this. And if they disagree or they think I'm lying or interpreted something wrong, so be it. But Giacomo had admitted that he was just messing around with AC Moses. He also admitted that he was riding with Elgin because that's his family. So that's what you get when you're dealing with human beings. Like I'll try to keep shit real if it come down to it. But I don't want to go against my homies either. I don't want to go against my niggas. Why would I do that? I don't want to go against them. I'd rather just stay silent. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's just some normal shit, man. That's some normal shit. And people that know, people that was there, they know who was first and whose name was ringing the most, and who was getting beat up and who wasn't getting beat up, who got pressured to join and who just joined, who was leaders and who was followers. There's still people alive that know these things. So um, some of us, when we start telling our stories, we just can't go all out and lie because there's people still living that know the truth. But then you got some people that can lie and they really believe they don't lie, so they're gonna keep telling that shit. Look at Donald Trump. Trump do it all the time. He got 70 something million people still believing the shit he's saying. They still donating over 200 million to Donald Trump's campaign without reading the fine print. They don't even know where that money is going. Donald Trump is keeping most of that money. They think he raising that shit for those people in Georgia to get into Congress and Senate and shit like that. But whatever, man. Um, I answered some of you guys' questions. Um, I'm only gonna answer because I'm drinking, man. See what those damn Israelites did, man? They drove me to drinking. Never mind my kidneys and my liver. Never mind that I'm alive. I'm setting bad examples, like y'all said Cheetah was doing. Yeah, they start talking about that I was a motherfucking Indian and the projects, nigga. I'm entitled to some free shit, nigga. What, nigga? Where do I sign, nigga? I want all the shit my niece and her daddy and her grandmama and all her cousins got. Nigga, I need that job at the casino. I need a house for free on the reservation. Nigga, I need one police car in the whole town, a whole reservation with one police car. I need all that shit. Because while you over there busting on somebody or you over there selling dope, nigga, I ain't got to worry about them coming looking for me because it ain't but one car. So, nigga, you sell your dope over there at 10 o'clock. I'm selling mine over here at 10, nigga. When you go put in work on them other niggas from the Cherokee Indians or the whatever, the Chimwavians, nigga, I'm going to be over here putting in work because they can't come over here and over there too, nigga. It ain't but one car, nigga. I need to live there, nigga. I need to live on that shit, nigga. I ain't got to worry about paying no taxes, no water bill. Nigga, I got all, nigga, where do I sign, nigga? If I got to go to the projects to sign up, nigga, tell me what project to go to, nigga. I'll go wherever, the Nickerson Gardens, the Jordan Downs, nigga, wherever I got to sign, nigga. I need that free shit, nigga. I could be going live, nigga, from the reservation, nigga. Wi-Fi paid for. Cable bill paid for, nigga. What? Shit. No, I ain't saying what they saying ain't true though. I'm just saying, nigga, give us that information. Give us that information, my nigga, because if we entitled to all that shit, nigga, what we going to work for every day? West Coast battle, Sibo versus DJ Quick. I don't know, man. That'll be a good one. I like them both, but man, Quick. You know, if we go back in time, though, I'll say DJ Quick all day. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I don't know for real. Show me the way, Megalicious. Real talk, like shit. I'd be going to the city council or whatever they got on them reservations. Like, Nick, can we make prostitution legal? Nick, can we make illegal shit legal here on the reservations? We could do everything else since y'all gonna pay us to be put over here where y'all could easily give us disease and kill us. Well, why are they going after the black people? Because they could get the Indians whenever they want to, or what? These conspiracies always lose me, homie. And I'm not saying that everything's not a conspiracy, but I don't think everything is a conspiracy. If it is, we need to know why. Why? How come it's so hard to answer why? When you say why, it's like a 30-minute answer that talks about every goddamn thing. Man, Quick was so hard. Look at it like this. DJ Quick was so new, so fresh, and so hard that every crip in LA was bumping DJ Quick. At least outside of Compton, was bumping DJ Quick. So you know that motherfucker had some good music if all the Crips was bumping DJ Quick. I was trying to fix the strings, but I can't see the other string, my nigga. Oh, there it go. All right, fix. Mac head. Are you a Mac head or a maniac? I gotta know who looking at my strings, man. The Mac heads or the maniacs checking out my strings on my hoodie, man. La Mara controller. Battle Cat versus Quick? Shit, Battle Cat ain't finna lose nothing, man. You gonna have to have a Dr. Dre or somebody like Dr. Dre to fuck with Battle Cat, man. Battle Cat's a beast, man. Battle Cat's a natural. And Battle Cat just be doing shit that he don't even publish or put out. Quick produces his music, doesn't use samples. Dre is a sample king, big difference. Well, that all comes down to something different. Like, we're talking about a battle. In a battle, nigga, I'm gonna like the shit that's sampled off the top. I'm gonna like all that shit. That's how Dre made his name. Dre made his name on mixtapes, mixing and scratching in the fucking swap meets, the rhodium swap meet. And then he made it to every damn swap meet. Sampling was the shit. That doesn't say that he's better at making music than DJ Quick, but nigga, in a head up battle, nigga, I'm taking Dr. Dre, nigga, over Quick times two, nigga. Battle Cat's a beast, though, man. Trust me, he's a beast. Man, for real. But it's good. Tonight's a good night to argue, man. I done already got prepped with all this argument from the last video. So this video, I mean, I'm coming off China Stacks. I'm coming off of these two brothers tonight and Cheetah. Nigga, I'm prepped for all this arguing tonight, nigga. Let's argue, nigga. Pull out your best argument, nigga, and I'm drinking, nigga. I just might answer truthfully. Just might tell you how I really feel, nigga. Tonight's that night, nigga. Get it out, nigga. Get it out. Don't calm them down. Don't tell them not to argue in the comment section. Tonight's a good night to argue in the comment section, nigga. Man, I'm telling you, you got to be creative to be able to sample some shit and sample it right and make it good. And I'm not saying that means somebody is better than DJ Quick at producing raw, fresh music. But nigga, in a battle, nigga, a battle, we want something that's gonna pump us up, excite us, gonna bring us back to the old days, nigga. A nigga want to feel like he finna do a drive-by. A nigga want to feel like he buying a hamburger in enemy hood, nigga. A nigga want to feel like he at the Louisiana Chicken and 8-Tray Gangster Hood, nigga, and 3 gangsters coming through the door. A nigga want that adrenaline flow. A nigga want to go back in the day when shit was dangerous in LA, nigga, and you escape murder, nigga, you escape homicide. And you go back to the hood and you tell the homies about it. A nigga want to feel that shit when he listening to some music, nigga, or when he made his first baby. Nigga say, relax, Kunta Kinte. Leo's a, how you say it? What's Too Short's favorite word? Bitch. Somebody was sleeping with their daddy. That part had me tripping. What? What the hell y'all talking about? Yeah, noodles can be lame sometimes, man. I don't. I think some of these dudes be getting high. Good looking out, Henny guy. Play some King Real. What King Real you want to hear, my nigga? J Bone, what up? Um, Ice Cube, jacking for beats, nigga. He sampled the hell out that shit, didn't he? What King Real you trying to hear, bro? I'ma respect your request because you super chat. Who you got in the E40 versus Short battle on Saturday? I'm a Too Short fan, my nigga. I'm not an E40 fan, but E40 can bang with Too Short, man. E40 shit get you hyphy, nigga. E40 will have a nigga ghost riding a whip and don't even have a car. Nigga had you on a motherfucking metro bus, nigga. Ghost riding a metro bus, nigga. On a straight bus jack. But I'm a Too Short fan, though. So I mean, hey, I guess I have to take the L in that one. What up, J Bone? I just got your text message, homie. Bobcat versus DJ Pooh. Nigga, I'm going with Bobby. Bobby Irvin, 100%, nigga. I'm going with Bobby, nigga. Bobby was a cold beast, nigga. I gotta go with the home team on that one. Hell yeah, E40 gonna come with it. See, short shit is a little different. But Shanique was a Oakland, she's a Bay Area expert. Shanique will tell you who gonna win out of that shit. And she like them both. Probably know them both. Probably done lap dance on them both. But, Shanique will tell you who gonna win that one. No, she ain't. She gonna stay neutral. She gonna stay out of that shit. Too Short, man. That's my shit, though. Old NWA battle. Ice-T versus Dr. Dre. Ice Cube is built to battle. Dr. Dre is built on creativity. Ice Cube is coming to battle, nigga. Oh, now you guys want me to just judge everybody on their music. Nigga, I'm not no music guy like that, nigga. I couldn't tell you who gonna win out of all that shit you guys putting in the comment section, nigga. I don't even listen to that shit, nigga. Them niggas don't even make my top 500. The hell I'm gonna be picking a winner of some niggas that don't top my 500. Nigga, I put some underground rappers up against them niggas. Warren G is nice. Woo, Warren G is nice too, man. For real. That's funny. Nigga said, y'all niggas off the hook. Cube's No Vaseline or Pox hit him up. Man, Cube's No Vaseline was so fucking raw. I'm going with Ice Cube on that one. Nigga said, Kev, what's your rap name? Oh, shit, that's too funny, dude. I'm Lil KB, man. Get the shovel out. Dog barking. Mac 10 chicken hawking, nigga. Warren G, one of my favorite. Warren G's nice. I love the beat battle. I eat noodles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For real, No Vaseline was a classic, man. I say you can't beat that shit, man. No Vaseline, for real, man. Everybody said No Vaseline, man. Old hat, old hat, good looking out, man. Let's see. Man, I don't know what all this shit is. You listen to Cool G rap back there? Absolutely. I used to like MC Shan whack ass. I thought MC Shan was the shit. Of course, KRS-One was hard. Man, I can't find my King Real shit. We need an LA movie about the hood. Yes, sir. We need a few of those. Kim, Pamela. I came back just for you, sweetheart. I know how bad you want to see me, so I decided I had to give me a drink and come back and mess with you. Mm. Big Daddy Kane has some shit, but I like Rakim just as a lyricist. Rakim was pretty hard. Let me tell y'all something about Rakim real quick. Good looking out, man, for the Euro. I remember when Rakim first came out, and a lot of MCs, man, on the East Coast and the few on the West Coast, they were saying Rakim couldn't rap. They were saying that Rakim just say a few words, he say a line, then go do another track and put another line on it. They say he was using like 48 tracks or some shit. So they was on him. They was really talking bad about Rakim, man. But it didn't take long before they started saying Rakim was the best, one of the best with Chuck D and KRS One of them. So it really amazed me how people just hate on people, or even if they was telling the truth. It's funny how they was busting him out, and then the consensus come out later, and he's like one of the best all time. It's crazy how that shit works. But yeah, Rakim made a name for himself. I kind of hate Rakim died out, man, because he did come in the game. Came in the game real nice. Nas is the shit though. Nas is hard. Can't even take nothing away from Nas, man. And then I want to clarify something I said the other night. I had mentioned that Ice-T wrote the song "Colors" while I was there at their house in Hollywood Hills, and he came to me and he was like, "Kev," he was like, "How this sound?" And he read it to me. He rapped it to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool, that's cool." And I didn't really like the shit. I thought the shit was so generic and actually trash. And he walked back in the room, and I could hear him say, "Oh, I got Kev's approval. Kev approved." And Darlene was like, "Yeah, Kev like it." He was like, "Yeah, Kev like it." And I was saying to myself, damn, I should have been honest with Ice. I didn't really like that shit. But to show you how much I know, shit, that became a hit. Ice did his shit on there. But it also is a testament to how much music can make lyrics. The music helped make that song, but I was wrong on that shit. And then I mentioned High Rollers, and people was asking me questions about High Rollers that I never got to answer. So what happened was I was over here in G and Evil E's house over there in the, I don't know if you call that the 20s or, yeah, I guess the 20s. Vermont and 20, like Vermont like 27th or some shit like that, 25th, something like that. About a Jack in the Box on Vermont off of Adams. And I was with Kid Jazz, a dude from New York. Kid Jazz was with me. And Ice-T came over there, and he and G and them they got a room smaller than this studio room. And they had a little closet and shit. And they cleaned out the closet and shit. And Ice-T had this little machine, I guess, I don't know what they call it, a track machine or some shit, or reel to reel or some shit. And they went in the closet, they put a microphone in a small ass closet. I don't know how they didn't die in that little closet. The closet was so tiny, I don't know how they could breathe. But they went into the closet with the microphone, and Kid Jazz did the little, oh, Ice, man, all that shit on that record. And Ice-T put his down, and that's when Ice gave me the game. He gave us all a bunch of game. He was like, look, I forget if it was Warner Brothers. I forget who gave him the money, so don't mind me. But whoever gave him the money, they gave him the budget to cut the song and get it mixed down, get everything done. Ice pocketed that money. Ice kept the money. Ice did it as cheap as possible. Wasn't even in the studio. Didn't pay the rapper or the guy to talk on the song. And now that song, I was like, that shit hard. I'm like, man, that shit's hard. I like that shit. And then what they did, they went to the studio afterwards. I guess they mix it down or whatever. They get it, the clarity out of it or whatever. And then they had somebody else. I think Ink Ski did Kid Jazz's part, I think, in the studio. Or maybe it was the video, but I think they overdid Kid Jazz's part. And that became a good ass song, man. That song did good for him, and he put all that money in his pocket for that shit, man. I was like, that's some real game right there. You take their money, okay, Warner Brothers, so I was right. You take their money and you go do this shit how you could do it, man. And that was some real game he gave me. Instead of spending all the budget, you don't spend all the budget, nigga. They not cutting checks for motherfuckers, so you got to, when you get a check cut, you got to take your portion out, nigga, and make it as cheap as possible. Because at the end of the day, that's what you're doing it for, to make some money. Yeah, Kid Jazz was in Rhyme Syndicate. Kid Jazz was my partner. I'm gonna try when I get my money together. I just bought a scanner right here. Scanner just came, right? So I bought the scanner. So I'm gonna get my pictures and shit out of storage so I can scan my pictures and put on whatever, Instagram or some of these videos. But I want to do the same thing with my tapes. I want to get all of my tapes together. I got tapes every damn where. Storage, tapes with me, tapes in LA. I want to get all my tapes together and have them converted to digital. Once I have those tapes converted to digital, I believe I got Kid Jazz on some shit, Donald D on some shit. Um, and one memory I have that I'll probably never be able to get back. I may one day, but I doubt it. I went to New York, and for those of y'all that know Nikki D was there, Ice T was there, Hen G, Evil E, Donald D, and I don't remember who else. I don't think it was Kumo D. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Kumo D. Oh, Prince Whippoorwhip. These dudes, I almost want to say Melly Mel was there too. But all these dudes did a rap, a long ass rap. Them niggas threw an instrumental on, they got the rapping and shit. They was shouting me out and everything, man. And Nikki D ended up signing with Def Jam with Russell Simmons. I think she became like one of Russell Simmons' little sweethearts. But yeah, she got signed with Def Jam. We all was out there and they was giving it up to me. I would like to get that tape, man. That was some hard shit back then. Oh, Bronx Style Bob might have been there. That was one of my partners too. I got some pictures of Bronx Style Bob somewhere. Um, but yeah, I think I got Kid Jazz on some videotapes back in the day, man. On VHS, not the little DVs, but VHS. Which I know I threw all my VHS tapes away, but I think I got two VHS tapes. They probably got some old shit on there because it's from 1988, 87, 87, 88. Nah, it gotta be 88. Bronx style, Bobby Bob won't stop. What is Bob in the reggae now or he's in the punk rock now? I'm not sure. Joe is trolling. Who the hell is Joe? Kelly Mel? Who the hell is Kelly Mel? You mean Melly Mel? Yeah, they had Everlast. If you go back and look at Everlast videos, I was in some of Everlast videos. If you go back and look at he and G and Evil E, I forgot the name of that song. Trig. If you go look at Trig, that's my 5.0 with the gold Dayton's and convertible top in Henry G. Nim's video, Lil Trig. That's my 5.0. Um, I wasn't never none of Ice-T videos, but I was on. There's a video on YouTube where I was with Rhyme Syndicate, Slick Rick, Fab Five Freddy. Um, that might be it. No, it was a female. As a matter of fact, D was there. Remember D that Dre's supposed to slap? That was coming to Baltimore. What's in Baltimore besides Camden Yards, my nigga? Or Lamar Jackson? Juan Solomon. Spin Masters in the place to be. Spin Masters in the place to be. Hell yeah, man. I was in all them niggas' videos. That was my crew, man. Rhyme Syndicate. I remember when Ice-T came out with Rhyme Syndicate. He went and got them shirts done. That nigga opened up that box and tossed me a Rhyme Syndicate shirt. I was like, oh shit, Ice-T gave me a Rhyme Syndicate shirt. I took that shirt and put it on a hoe in Hollywood, nigga, and dug her out with that shirt on, nigga. I said, woo, Rhyme Syndicate, get a nigga all the top notch coochie. WC and Q were not related. Who said they was related? Yeah, D Barnes, that's her. She wasn't in the video though, but she was there. John Money, what up, homeboy? What up, Tank? Tank, pay your dues, man. Drop $10 on me, John Money. OG Tank. When you coming to Vegas, homeboy? Low profile. Man, low profile was hard. They left Ice-T because Ice wouldn't put them out there, man. Ice was holding niggas back. Ice had everybody up under him. Ice-T could have been a big ass figure on the West Coast. He had Everlast. He had what was it? No, Def Jeff. He had Aladdin. He had Dub C, and I think he might have had Coolio. He had King T. Man, Ice-T tripped out, man. He was Suge Knight before Suge Knight, my nigga. Ice-T, Rhyme Syndicate was really Death Row before Death Row, but Ice kept him from getting that fame, man. If Ice could go back in time right now, man, he should have put all them dudes out there, man. And he had New York sold up. New York dudes loved him. Every New York rapper that came, except for LL Cool J, that came to LA was fucking with Ice-T, man. I got pictures with Ice-T and Public Enemy. I don't know what happened to my pictures with Run DMC and KRS-One, but man, Ice-T really could have been the shit, man. I don't know what Ice was thinking. Maybe because he was way older than everybody, he didn't take everybody serious. Or maybe he was going off that 48 laws of power, man. You can't let them niggas outshine you, man. Never outshine the master. But he was in position, man, to really put some shit out there, dog. Man. Yeah, he's originally from New York. A lot of people don't know he really lived in the Overhills when he came to LA. Right there off Angeles Vista and West Boulevard. Man, that's why Ice-T grew up. That's why he went to Crenshaw High School. That's why he claimed 60s and ran with 50s and 40s and 30s. He's right there, man, right off of Crenshaw, dog. Ice motherfucking T, man, Tracy Morrow. Ice-T was breakdancing and shit way early in the game and shit. Ice-T was a hip-hop head. But Ice used to always tell me, like, I ain't no dancer, man, I'm a hustler. And when he started acting and shit, he like, man, I ain't no motherfucking actor, I'm a hustler. And Ice gave me some more game. Ice told me, he said, look, man, he said, the music industry don't do nothing but pimp you. So if you're gonna be part of the music industry, be the best hoe you can be, nigga. Get out there and pimp yourself. Get out there, nigga, be the biggest hoe you can be, but pimp yourself, nigga. And man, Ice had game, but Ice was 10 years older than me, so in hindsight, you can't expect nothing else but to get game from Ice-T. You ain't gonna find the old Kev Mac freestyle tapes, my nigga. You might find one tape, nigga, where I was talking about Lil Looney, nigga, but other than that, no, nigga. I can't rap, nigga. I don't have no rhythm, nigga. I got too much cut up in me to have rhythm, nigga. Exhibits from Mexico. I think, well, to be honest, Sebo, one of the people that made both WC and Crazy Tunes, man. He had Crazy Tunes because that was Dub C's little brother. OG Steve, good looking out, bro. Appreciate that, man. My man said, I ain't gonna pimp myself. No, sir. I mean, that's what you gotta do. It's a mindset, homie. It's not that you selling your ass to nobody, my nigga. It's a mindset. It's be the best hoe you can be. That means you gonna get all the money. He wasn't saying, nigga, like that. Radiotron was radio first. Mm. I met Ice-T. First, I originally met Ice-T because back in our day, Luis Akins Jr., good looking out. Back in our day, damn, Cheetah. What's up, Cheetah? Get you some money. I'm on live right now, Cheetah.
I got my apartment and everything today, Kev.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you. I moved in on the 2nd, so I was trying to move in on the 1st. I forgot it was New Year. But I'm coming back for New Year, so let me know if they gonna do the thing on Moto and them, and I want to be involved.
I don't know nothing about doing nothing on Moto.
Oh, all right. Hey, did you find out about my dad?
Yeah. I looked him up. He was the lead in construction with WLCAC.
Right, he was vice president.
Yeah, I looked it up.
That's the thing I want you to help me with, Kev, because I never, when my father died, I never went back to, see what was his at WLCC. I never did that, and I want to do that now.
Okay, look.
I wasn't ready then, but now I'm ready to go up there and get everything they owe my dad.
Okay, look, I'm on live right now, Cheetah. I'm gonna call you back. Your video's up. I'm gonna call you back. All right, now. No, she's not gonna let me get off the phone. You're damn right. Shit, I couldn't even interview her, y'all. Last night when I was interviewing her phone kept ringing, and she needed to hit a blunt. And she needed to drink, and I couldn't take it. I was like, "Where your ride at? Like, is your ride ready? Like, what's the nigga number? Let me call that nigga for you." And then she tell me the nigga with his other girlfriend. I'm like, what? He got a 67-year-old and a 30-year-old? That nigga's a beast, man. I'm trying to do some shit like that. I need one my age when I'm 67 and still gonna need that 30-year-old. That's like some shit I only dream about, nigga. Like, I ain't seen nobody do no shit like that but my freaky ass daddy. And they wasn't 30. They was way under 30. But I'm trying to go out like that, my nigga. If I'm around at 67. I'll drink to that. Now, what was I at? What was I at when Cheetah interrupted me, man? Oh, where I met Ice-T? So you got to remember, homie, back then, we was doing the Hollywood thing. So Friday nights, we would do like Westwood. We go to Westwood, Diddy Reese, get the cookies and the milk, walk around looking for girls and shit, maybe the movie theater. Then we would go to Hollywood, and that's when niggas was breakdancing and shit. Niggas was breakdancing and shit. We like want to see that funny looking shit. Niggas doing the helicopter and all that shit. And so it was new. So we would go look at that shit. Ice-T was always there with the things, what do you call them, spikes and shit and all kind of funny ass shit. Khakis tight as a motherfucker and shit. Adidas, like Run DMC. We used to go look at that shit. So that's where I first got on Ice-T. But then Ice-T was doing the sports arena, Uncle Jam's Army. So that's when motherfuckers kind of became a fan of Ice-T. And then when I officially met him was through Greg Parks. Because Greg Parks was like one of the baddest pop lockers in LA. Greg Park was on like a Maury Povich show or some shit back then. Him and Beatbox Wise from New York. And so he knew all the New York niggas. As a matter of fact, Greg is the one that all them New York City breakers or whatever the fuck they was. Greg is the one that taught them niggas how to pop lock. Because they was in New York breakdancing and shit. They helicoptering and doing all kind of crazy shit, doing all this shit before they jump on the ground. Greg taught them niggas how to pop lock. So that's how you get the pop lock and mix with the breakdance. So Greg was all on TV getting free tickets. Matter of fact, Pony sponsored Greg Parks. So when we was in high school, bro, Greg Parks had all fresh clothes all the time because Pony gave that nigga everything. Greg had all the fresh sweatsuits and shoes and all that shit. Free tickets to New York whenever he wanted to. So that's how I met all the New York niggas, through Greg Parks. And then I used to work for Greg's mama. Yeah, Crazy Legs in there. Greg Parks' mama owned Harriet's Cheesecake in Inglewood on Centinela. So I was working for her. And then my first job as an adult, Greg got me that job at the movie theater in Westwood. So we was like road dogs at the time. And yeah, Greg had a lot of connections, my nigga. Plus, we grew up playing baseball together. So his father was my baseball coach. I played for his father. So that's where I learned the game real. I learned the game from listening to the radio and watching games, but his pops was like the best coach I ever had, man. I'm gonna call this nigga real quick. Watch this. This nigga's so humble though. He don't like to talk. He don't even like to remember the days where he used to dance and shit. That's like disrespectful to niggas when you remind them that they was.
What up, Kev?
Hey Greg, I had a question, man. I'm on live right now.
You real low, Kev?
I said I got a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you a little bit, but you go, I hear you.
When you was going to New York, who was them dudes you taught how to pop lock?
There was nobody.
Oh, it wasn't Crazy Legs in
It
them?
wasn't Wiggles in them.
Wiggles?
It wasn't them.
Oh, it wasn't
I
them. Oh,
met them, but they wasn't no good though.
okay, all right. Yeah, I thought it was probably them and Crazy Legs that you taught.
I can't hear you, Kev.
Okay, go ahead, man. I'll holler at you. So he said he didn't teach Wiggles and Crazy Legs in them. He said they wasn't no good. So that lets you know he didn't teach them because he said they wasn't no good. So he said he taught some nobodies how to pop lock. So the nobodies, I guess, gave the game to the somebodies. I never played your song. I know, man, I can't find none of Rap God shit on my phone, dog. I mean, not Rap God. See, that's that alcohol. What's his name? King Real. Mr. Wave, yeah. He said, I'm like the last OG. I don't remember shit. I'm taking my brain food, man. I just started. I'm on day 2 of my brain food, man. It's supposed to kick in a week, man. I'm supposed to start remembering shit in a week. So when I start telling fight stories and shit, when I start telling y'all what color shoes I had on, nigga, and how many holes I had in the bottom of my Chuck Taylors, you gonna know this shit working. Yeah, TDF. No, not at that time. TDF wasn't around, but TDF was on deck. They was on deck early, but no, because I'm talking ninth grade, homie. I'm talking 1981, 82 school year, and then 82, 83 school year. TDF wasn't on board yet. They was younger than us, but not much younger. Maybe they wasn't younger than us. Maybe they was just like later than us. They might have been a year under me or some shit. I was just talking about how these OGs be talking about niggas was babies and niggas was way younger. And then here I come talking about they was way younger than us. I had to think about that. I don't think they was but a year under me or some shit. But see, them dudes was going to other schools and shit. They go Felton. Look, they go Felton. They go Felton. So yeah, that's what I meant. Maybe they were just later than us. Man, we got Asiatic Supreme. You know Felton, dog. You might have had a squabble with Felton before, man. Felton, what was it? Felton the posse? We got a sex jerk up in here, my nigga. We got a sex jerk and a posse up in here, nigga. Niggas that turned out to be Crips, nigga. Yeah, that's FJ. See, he know you, Felton. That's FJ. Yeah, but like I said, they wasn't around in 81, 82, bro. That 81, 82 school year, nigga, I was driving my sister car to Hollywood and to Westworld in Marina. Hollywood, Westwood, and Marina, nigga, every Friday and Saturday, guaranteed. Niggas used to jump in the cars with me, nigga, and roll. My sister had a old ass coat. She had like a 76 coat, stick shift, green, by the way. Then she came with a big ass green bomb. Remember the bomb? She had a big old giant ass car, nigga. I could put all the homies in the car, nigga. I could put spray paint in that motherfucker. I could put tents in that motherfucker, nigga. And 5 homies in the back seat. Nigga, we was rolling, nigga, up them big tall hills in Hollywood Hills, nigga. Yeah, Felton wasn't the original pop lockers. Felton used to battle with Lil Looney and Lucifer. What's the name? Clifford. Yeah, Felton was the shit. Felton used to have the black khakis on, nigga, the Michael Jackson gloves and shit, and then before the brownies and shit. Yeah, Felton was the shit, man, with the suspenders and shit. Niggas used to come from the 60 side of Slauson and come on 54th to battle niggas on our side, nigga. Real talk. Greg Parks too, nigga. They used to come on our side, nigga. And they get mad because Felton and fat ass Clifford would pop lock better than them niggas. They always want to fight a nigga and shit. Niggas used to come to my house and be like, where that nigga Clifford live at? Like, I didn't want to snitch on Clifford, nigga. He live up the street, nigga. You go find out where Clifford live. But them niggas, they used to knock Clifford's fisherman hat off his head, his little Kango off his head and shit. Yeah, man, them was the days. Felton was the shit, man. He said Crenshaw 83, he was in first place. Didn't you win at Webster too? Or did Perel Patton win at Webster? Nigga, you talking about some real original, really witted pop locking ass niggas that never made the transition to that breakdown shit. Plus, Felton was a player, man. Felton had all the women and shit. Felton had all the pretty women. Like, that's the first nigga I know that really had the pretty women. Like, his women didn't look like they came from no ghetto, nigga. Like, the women he had, nigga, was further West LA, like they came straight out the ocean, nigga. Felton was fucking with Baldwin Hills, Upper Ladera, University, and all. Oh, you broke down? I didn't know you broke down. Straighten me out there, nigga. Now I gotta look at you different. Did you have a funny haircut too, nigga? Did you have one of them Big Daddy Kane or them Kid and Play haircuts too, nigga? Because I didn't know you broke dance. I remember you with the RX-7s. I don't remember. Felton, did you have a Z? No, you had that RX-7. Felton was a player though, man. Felton. Yeah, okay. I know you won. I know you won at Webster, nigga. See, I know niggas from the hood in my area, nigga. But I didn't know you broke dance, nigga. All I want to know is, did you have a funny haircut back then too, nigga? Cause I know you was a player, nigga. You had women without question in the RX-7s. Old Felton. Street TV, what up? That don't sound like Alonso though. Megalicious, what up? Yeah, I know you had RX-7, nigga. I remember, nigga, you was fresh, nigga. Old Felton had. What was her name? You had Kim something. Remember you had Kim? Kim was so fine. I wanted Kim. Homie. Kim was fine, boy. That nigga had Kim. I don't know what the hell Kim last name was. Felton, you was on, nigga. The principal's daughter, nigga. The principal that used to say I was selling drugs and shooting in front of the school. You remember them? They stayed in Windsor Hills up there with the gated house, nigga. This nigga said he had a curly top fade. I'll be damned. My nigga felt. Where was I at, nigga? Was I going to jail yet, nigga? Where was I at when you had all that shit? Oh, I might have been right. I might have been spray painting on walls during that time or some shit. I might have been trying to do some two color burners or some shit when you was doing all that shit. Yep, RX-7 Mazdas. My man was one of the ones, man. You know what Kim I'm talking about too, nigga. She was fine, nigga. Had mama was a principal, nigga, always complaining that I was a ghetto ass nigga, 100 feet of a school and shit. Every principal did that, so that ain't nothing new though. But her mama hated me. Her mama wasn't gonna let Kim even speak to me and my brother, nigga. What's the dumbest, most thing you ever bought? Has to be pussy. I can't think of nothing dumber and expensive than pussy that I ever bought and wasn't no good. Probably a Canon. My Canon camera was the most expensive, dumbest thing I ever bought. And the only reason why it was dumb, because I didn't know how to work it. The shit was over my head. I bought the shit out of Best Buy, brand new, after I won a bunch of money. And I didn't know how to use that shit. What up, Alonso? We just in here clowning, talking shit. No real topic up in here, man. We just in here. Yeah, matter of fact, she might have went to St. Mary's, my nigga, or uni or something. I think she might have went to St. Mary's. Yeah, I remember St. Michael's. Damn, this nigga took me back right there. Crystal says working already, huh? Now they need to come up with something to make my teeth go back together. Like they need a pill that can make your teeth go back to the original look. What you mean say it ain't so, nigga? You ain't red sprung, nigga? You don't know who Kev Mac is, nigga? Ain't no other way I could tell you about Colombians, Venezuelans, Salvadorans, and all that shit if I wasn't buying some of that shit, nigga. I'm a shy nigga with no mouthpiece, nigga. I can't bust a bitch from every nationality without no money, nigga. Puerto Rican, Dominican. I ain't never had a Brazilian. Don't even get me the line. Chinese, Korean. Nigga, what? Yeah, Hills had a lot of bad women. I explained the other day, though, like, we overrate a lot of them women because, nigga, after I start coming to Vegas, nigga, them bitches in Windsor Hills, they ain't shit. They ain't nothing but black women with a stuck-up nose, nigga. They ain't even shit, nigga. If you seen some of the bitches in Las Vegas that I done ran across, nigga, you wouldn't give a damn about a bitch in Windsor Hills or Baldwin Hills, nigga. But when you coming from the hood and you just local, then they cool. Then they fine. Like, they the ones. But nah, nigga, you leave the hood, they bad everywhere, bro. All races. And you start getting better bodies and shit and not stuck up and have a good time. Come on, man. Well, it might take you a good hello. Okay, call me a trick, David Jackson. You ain't fucked the baddest bitches that I fucked though, nigga. You ain't enjoyed your life like I enjoy mine. I bet you that much. Because I done had some good times, nigga. And believe it or not, nigga, your president do it. Your favorite athlete do it. Nigga, your favorite rapper do it. Your favorite singer. Nigga, you got it. Man, come on, man. And then I'm going to just keep this 1,000% real. Now, check this out. I have this conversation with men and women all the time. And I'm going to just try to break it down for you as quick as I possibly can. And Joe Mosley knows this to be true. We got a friend, a mutual friend. He's a Crip, right? And he was saying, Kev Mac, you a trick, man. You ain't got no mouthpiece, nigga. A bitch ain't worth the pussy she sit on, right? You know, he got all the pimp lingo. He got all that great lingo, great language and shit, because he come from a family of pimps and shit. Daddy was a pimp, mama was a hoe. He got all the game, right? Grew up around pimps. So he just going in on me. Okay, I'll take that shit, whatever, nigga. And then at the end of the day, he's saying how him and his boys go to the strip club, pay, let me emphasize, pay for a table at a strip club. They pay for VIP. They buy bottles. Mind you, nigga, the bottles in the strip club is way higher than a bottle at your local liquor store. The nigga say he go buy him some ostrich boots and some nice ass designer jeans, nigga. Nigga, you done already spent way more than I done spent on tricking nigga in a year. And you ain't got to the part about getting no pussy yet. You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, you can pay to get fresh. You can pay to be VIP. You can pay for about 3 times or 4 times what a bottle of champagne really costs if you want to. Then take her to a room, and you don't get no cheap room. You ain't taking no bad bitch to no cheap room, nigga. Don't even lie. Don't even play. So now you got to get a nice room by the airport or by the beach somewhere, overlooking Malibu or some shit. Then, nigga, she might just get hungry along the way. Who's really the trick, nigga? In my mind, nigga, it's that nigga that's paying for expensive dates that's tricking. That's how I see it. Now, you can see it how you want to see it, but that's how I see it. And then, if we just change the subject a little bit, my mama raised me that a man is supposed to take care of the woman. So, nigga, if you buying a bitch $5 bottles, nigga, and you ain't giving that bitch nothing but some dick, nigga, you less than a man. The way I was raised, you less than a motherfucking man. Cause ain't no real bitch, ain't no fine bitch, ain't no bad bitch going out with a nigga buying her a $5 bottle. Nigga, that's like buying her a Corona. Nigga, a bitch will slap you in the head with that Corona. Nigga, a real fine bitch. Nigga, don't play with me. Ain't no real bitch going for that shit. Now, we start talking about a hood rat that ain't been out the hood, then that's something different. Like, nigga, you can't just take a bitch to Hungry Hell's and give her one french fry. You can't give her a piece of the bread on your hamburger, nigga. She ain't going for that shit. So don't even try to play me, nigga. Call me what you want to call me, nigga. I will accept that. But don't make yourself seem like you some hell of a nigga and your mouthpiece is so good that you don't spend no money on a woman. Cause nigga, that's some bullshit. That's a goddamn lie, my nigga. Don't even try to play me like that. I mean, shit, nigga. Let me see you try to buy Shaniqua a $5 bottle, nigga, or some Corona. She gonna hit you upside the motherfucking head, nigga, and she gonna check your pockets. She gonna take every 25 cent you got in your pocket, nigga, and put that toward a dime of weed, nigga. But yeah, no, I'm low key kind of clowning. You know, I mix sarcasm with truth all the time. So you got to figure out what's true and what's sarcasm. But real talk, man, don't do me like that though. I'll be your trick if you want me to be a trick and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll be whatever you want me to be, nigga. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. I done lost so much money in casinos, nigga. I don't have a problem buying nothing, nigga. Money come and go, nigga. Money is easy to make, nigga. Sometimes money's hard to come by. But one thing's for sure, nigga, I done touched it. It done ran through my hands many a times, nigga. So if I'm gonna give it to the casino for free, I don't have no problem spending it on a good time. That's for damn sure, my nigga. You know, I mean, you could all through junior high school and high school, pussy was free, nigga. That was like an experiment. Like she experimenting and giving it out, nigga. You experimenting trying to figure out how it feel and how to bust a nut. But after high school, nigga, you got to pay for the motel, hotel rooms, nigga, your trips out of town, nigga, and all that old shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's keep that shit real. I mean, but it's the same thing, my nigga. You lose your money gambling, guess who they paying? They paying a bitch that work at the casino, nigga. So you lose your money in the casino, a woman still getting your money for free, nigga. There's no way around that shit. The only good thing about nowadays is with women rights and these, women getting in these high positions and women getting all the job. It's like now, nigga, you could get a woman to take care of you though now. Because women are the breadwinners now. Women bringing all the money home now. I, like I said, nigga, it don't matter if you pay for it or not. You're going to pay for it indirectly unless she's a nothing ass woman. And that's just the bottom line. Because any woman that feel like she's worth anything ain't going out with no nigga buying her a $5 bottle and nothing else. It just don't work like that. Like, what do you buy your girl for Christmas, nigga? What do you buy her for her birthday? And don't even start trying to say she faithful if that's all you spending on her. Nigga, she ain't faithful. I might have bought some from her, nigga. That's where she got them red bottoms from, nigga. That's where she got that Chanel purse. Check your girl when you ain't with her, nigga, if you ain't spending no money on her. That's another saying. If it ain't tricking if you got it. But shit, a lot of niggas get married, nigga, and that money going directly to the wife or to the house or the kids, nigga. If you putting a baby in the kids, you tricking, nigga. If you gonna take care of your kids, nigga, and all my niggas take care of their kids. All my niggas buying their daughters and sons some shit. Niggas ain't no deadbeats. So once you put that baby up in her, nigga, you just tricked for life, nigga. At least for 18 years or more. Probably the rest of your life, nigga. I still give my kids crumbs. 50 here and there. Now I got a grandson. And when they really need it, you know what I'm saying? My daughter, last time I seen my daughter, she needed $500. Well, we're not even talking about cheating really, because if the conversation goes to cheating, that I could break that down in one sentence, my nigga. What you won't give a girl, the next man will. That's why women cheat, nigga. Like you can be dicking her down like a motherfucker, but if you ain't eating no coochie, she gonna go get her coochie ate. If you eating her coochie real good, but you ain't got no dick, she gonna go find a nigga with a big dick. You know what I'm saying? If you're not talking to your girl at home, she gonna go find a nigga to talk to her. I mean, come on, man. This is common sense. This ain't gotta be game. This ain't gotta be some shit that I'm teaching you. This is just the real shit. So let me go back to that one sentence. What you don't give your girl, the next man will. So she'll go get it from somewhere else, my nigga. It ain't always about the money. It ain't always about the money, my nigga. Cause when we talking about tricking and not tricking, them the women that I done got in my lifetime. I done got the women that got millionaires. And Joe Mosley tell you this. I done got women that fuck with niggas that was millionaires. It wasn't the money. The bitch wanted something else. The bitch might have wanted to smoke a rock. The bitch might have wanted to smoke a primo. Or the bitch just might have wanted some good dick, nigga. But they done all ran the Kev Mac. So nigga ain't always got a trick. You know what I'm saying? But just because you got money don't mean you're gonna keep that bitch. I got player partners that done touch millions that come by trying to bust a bitch that I'm fucking. Not knowing, nigga, you can have her, nigga. You can have that broad, nigga. I don't give a damn. You can have that broad, nigga. I ain't like that over no bitch. Cause I've been hurt already. I've been hurt too many times, nigga. I don't value no bitch. I ain't value no bitch, nigga. I've been hurt, nigga. My baby, I'm not even gonna go there, and I'm gonna keep it respectful. But nigga, come on now. I done wised up, nigga. It took me forever to learn the game my father tried to teach me when I was a youngster. My father tried to teach me about women a long time ago. I don't know if y'all read Sprung, but I told my father, nigga, is your mama no good? Is your mama or nothing else, bitch? And the nigga, as hard as it was to answer that, my father said, yeah. And I was hurt by it because, nigga, my mama ain't no bitch and no hoe, and my grandmama ain't no bitch and no hoe. But then I understood what my father was trying to tell me. It took a while. It took years, but I finally understood. I'm not finna start crying, nigga. I don't give a... What did I say, nigga? I don't give a damn about a bitch, nigga. I don't put that much stock in a bitch. You feel me? But I love them. Like I say, I'm not like Snoop Dogg, nigga. I love them hoes. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I love them hoes, nigga. My real niggas know what I mean by I love them hoes, nigga. Ain't nothing like a good, pretty woman to get in bed with you, nigga. One to turn you on, nigga. That's the ultimate, nigga. That's what I live for. But if you can't have that one in bed every night, nigga, you need multiple ones until you get that one, nigga. Even spending money to get high the fuck is a form of spending to get the pussy. Ain't no question. Ain't no question. Ain't no question. But it's just period. I mean, I know niggas that swear they'll never trick. I know niggas that'll tell you right now, I swear to God, I'll never trick. I'll put that on 60s, nigga, I'll never trick. I'll put that on Crip, I'll never trick. But nigga, you just bought my niece a chain, nigga, from I forget the name of that store. What's the name of that store y'all get your jewelry from? I done ran across niggas that swore they never tricked, but nigga, your girl just walked in the room and said, nigga, that you want another purse like the other one she bought you. Nigga, you buying purses and jewelry, nigga. How that ain't tricking? You buying a bitch present just because you just met her or just because you just fucked her. How's that not tricking? So it's to me, it's just hate and up to interpretation of how you want to view it. That's how I see it. I mean, you say what you want, Go Young DJ. You a hell of a player, my nigga. I'm glad you never tricked. It's too bad you never took a woman out to eat dinner. It's too bad that you never bought a bitch her favorite alcohol or her favorite wine. It's too bad you don't buy your girl presents. I'm sorry, bro. I mean, you just a lucky nigga, man. Like you a good nigga that you ain't never had to take your girl shopping or your girl never needed groceries. You a good nigga that your girl never told you to get her nails done so y'all can go out and get her hair done. I mean, you a good nigga, man. You got a good mouthpiece to never have done none of that shit. But you should try it. It feel good to get a woman nails and hair done and see how she feel about herself. It feel good to have your girl on point, nigga, when you put her the way you wanted her to look and y'all go out, nigga, and all your homies looking at her. That shit feel good. You should try that shit one day. Try it, homie. It make you feel good to make a woman feel good. You should just try that shit, my nigga. Hell yeah, Christmas gift is tricking to me, nigga. You still spending money on her. I'm just saying, nigga. Look at her like this, nigga. How much is the Christmas gift you buy your girl? Let me know how much the Christmas gift is that you buy your girl that you fuck. Because nigga, I probably spent less than that to get the pussy than the gift that you buy your girl. And that's just the truth. The absolute truth, my nigga. And niggas do take their money to the weed man all day long. Niggas do take their alcohol money to the liquor store all day long. You take it to 7-Eleven. You take it to the liquor store owned by the Indians and Ethiopians. You take your money anywhere but to some black niggas. And then start clowning a black nigga how he spend his money. But you don't even support your own. Of course, Elmatic, but I try to give it to them. They don't have to accept it, but I try to give it to them, though. Again, for those of you that don't understand the words that coming out of my mouth, it's all up for interpretation. That's number one. Number two, because you're gonna spend some money on her one way or the other. I don't know how else to say it. So I don't need you two brothers in the chat room that went from I'll never buy a bitch shit, I'll never trick, to now you wondering if Christmas gifts is tricking and wondering if spending any money in any form is tricking. So now you niggas sounding like the niggas on First 48. First you wasn't at the scene. Now you was at the scene, but you didn't have a gun. Now all of a sudden you niggas is questioning if you're tricking all of a sudden. And I'll be frank with you. You are tricking. The way I see it. You may not see it that way, but I see it that way. So again, it's all up for interpretation, however you want to interpret it. But at the end of the day, you don't have to say it. You already telling on yourself you're spending money on her in some form. I already know that. You don't have to tell me, nigga. How many times a bitch need her cell phone bill paid? How many times a bitch need her light bill paid? Nigga, don't tell me you going to your woman's house and she ain't got no power, nigga. That means she ain't got nothing in the refrigerator. You can't see when you fucking. My man Street, shout out to my man Street TV. See, a real nigga gonna take care of a real woman. Nigga gonna take care of his woman because he love his woman. You know what I'm saying? A nigga gonna take care of that woman he love, nigga. A nigga gonna buy pussy from the woman that he wish he could love. So, hey, shout out Alex Alonso though. I did a cheetah video today. I actually put your name. Well, I actually put Street TV in the comments section, letting everybody know that, if you want to see more Cheetah, she was interviewed at Street TV. I did like a 10-minute video on her today. But again, you guys, I'm halfway clowning. I'm halfway serious. It's up to you to find out when I'm being sarcastic and when I'm being serious. Because that's the type of dude I am, and I'm drinking. My man say, Alonso, what, 2 mil? They don't know, Alonso. Man. Right. Property. Cause a nigga living by himself, he don't sometimes, not always. Some of you guys get confused with some, with all, but some dudes living by themselves, they don't need all that shit. But then they get a wife and have kids, or they have a woman that they love and she wants a bigger property or she wants a newer car. You're gonna go get that shit for her. You know what I'm saying? But and some women, they try to help you out by telling you how to invest your money or where to invest your money in because you love her and you think her idea is good. You're going to do that shit. Man, that's just human nature from a real man. That's how I see it. This nigga say she had to be a Saudi Arabian Persian goddess. Man. But this is what I'm saying though. A woman could get dinner. So what kind of dinner are you buying her though? Are you buying her in and out? Are you taking her to a steakhouse? Then she could get some shoes. What are you buying? You buying her flip-flops? You buying her corduroy high shoes? Or you putting her in some nice heels? Some leather heels? I mean, because I done bought pussy for less than that. So I'm just saying, man, you got to do all that. You got to buy her some shoes and take her to dinner. Nigga, it take time to go shoe shopping. It take time to sit down at the dinner table. Nigga, I ain't doing none of that. Nigga, you walk in, come on. Now you get your ass out. I'm finna go to sleep now, bitch. I'm going to sleep. I'm out of here. Good night. I done came already. I done got what I needed. I'm old and out of shape. I'm tired. I'm going to bed now. Get your ass out my house. Or you gonna buy her all that and she wanna look at your phone. She wanna argue about why your phone going off. She wanna call you and ask you why you ain't answering the phone, when she gonna see you. If that's what you like, nigga, I don't do headaches. In case you haven't noticed, I don't do the headaches. I'm cool on the head. Cheetah damn near gave me a headache the other night. That's why I couldn't deal with that. Nigga, I don't do headaches, my nigga. I can't do that shit. Pay the water bill, man, so you can wash your ass after you nut. At least that way you feeling like you spending it on some money that's gonna benefit you. I ain't mad at you. Pay the water bill, nigga. Wash your nuts after you bust one. You know what I'm saying? Crystal, if you don't cut that out, I'll tell y'all I'm a minute man or a 2 minute man. That's so you guys think I want to abuse that pussy. And you come on over here, I'm stiff for an hour. I bang that shit, beat that shit up so bad, man, I slap your ass so many times you leave up out of here with a permanent handprint on your booty. Next time your nigga bend you over, he asking you who got these big ass palm prints in your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm the nigga don't even smoke cigarettes, man. I'll fuck you so long and so good, I'll light some cigarettes and put them out on your ass. Spell my name. I'll spell Kev Mac videos across the top of your booty. You get up out of here, a nigga be singing Kev Mac video, and you think the nigga watch Kev Mac videos when the whole time that nigga reading that tramp stamp on the back of your ass. Yeah, you talk that 2 minute shit to me if you want to. Put your mouth on it and see if it take 2 minutes before I fill that mouth up. Yeah, I bet you won't do that though. You be sucking it all night. You be tired. Tell me, I'm tired. I'm tired. My mouth hurt. My mouth hurt. Yeah, come on with your 2 minute mouth ass. I bet you get tired before me. Come on now, don't play with me. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I've been drinking. I've been drinking. Come on now. I said all y'all straight in the comment section tonight. I wish I could get a South Los interview. Alonso, you ever did South Los? I even got Eyeball laughing. You know that's some funny shit. Eyeball don't never laugh. Eyeball is the most serious person. Eyeballs remind me of that dude on Get Smart. Jaime on Get Smart. Eyeballs is like, he just sit there and he speaks like a robot. Yes, Mr. Kev Mac, it was nice being on your show today. He laughing tonight. Like, who made Jaime laugh? I never seen Jaime laugh on Get Smart. Like, I got to be doing good if I got Eyeballs laughing and shit. And I can't talk shit to him. The motherfucker admitted he into that wrestling shit. I can't wrestle. Eyeballs finna fuck me up if I disrespect him. Vanessa Bryan is getting sued by her own mother because Kobe owed her money. Damn. Boy, both them whole families is a mess, ain't they? Kobe sued his parents for selling his high school memorabilia and shit. Can't get any South Los on camera. There go your answer right there, bro. If Alonso can't get a South Los, you know I'm gonna have problems getting South Los. That's your answer. I already interviewed the 40. I already interviewed Pookie from 40s. I haven't. The last time I was going to interview some 40s, some shit broke out and they had to call it off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, South Los held their own, man. South Los, I love the South Los because if the South Los caught you slipping in Hoover Hood, they get you at gunpoint, they wouldn't shoot. Nigga, they gonna ask you where you from before they shoot. So I respect the hell out of South Los because contrary to belief, that wasn't a racial war. The South Los wasn't out to kill niggas. They wasn't targeting black people. South Los was looking for Hoovers. So many a times, myself, my homies, people that I heard stories, they say the same thing I say. South Los will pull up. Where you from? You tell them where you from. All right, we looking for them Hoovers. I gotta respect that shit. So that was some good shit. And they don't beef with the surrounding. They didn't beef with Denver Lane. They didn't beef with the Raymonds. I don't know that they beef with the hundreds, but they didn't really interact with the hundreds. I don't know what I would do to you, Shaniqua. The consensus in here is that I would have you cook me dinner. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I would have you cook me dinner, Shaniqua. I'm not finna make your night and have you over there commenting shit while you watching Kev Mac video live. Alonso can come on if he want. I'll click a link, and if Alonso want to come in, I mean, we communicating. Shit, I almost gave you the cheetah link. All right, so the link is posted. If Alonso want to come in, or if any of y'all want to come in, I'm only gonna stick around a little while. Okay, no beef with the hunters. So I mean, they surrounded by gangs they don't even beef with. He's gonna connect his camera up, y'all. Again, I didn't plan on staying on longer. I meant to get off at 10, and then I'm thinking 10 more minutes, but depending what the subject is, if y'all feeling what Alonso's talking about, I'll stay longer. But I really did have some other shit to get into. I can't roast you, Shaniqua. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm drinking. So I can only keep shit real, and I don't have it in me to roast you, Shaniqua. You the homegirl. You cool. You funny. You probably got COVID. I already talked about your saltine coochie. It's nothing else to roast you about. You don't. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, she got game without question. Shaniqua got game for real. She definitely got game. She probably got that killer too. She probably got that to keep you coming back. You know what I'm saying? Shaniqua's a cool home. Shaniqua's the type that's so cool. You don't want to fuck that friendship off. Like you just can't even stick nothing in Shaniqua. Y'all gotta be cool because you don't want to lose her as a friend. I don't know what happened, man. My shit ain't never done that since I've been here, so I don't know what that shit was. And like 30 people left when that happened. 30 people just gave up on us, disappeared. Unless they locals and they shit went out too. No, Alonso, yeah. Let me post that link again for Alonso too. This nigga said, man, Street TV froze hacked you. There go Alonso. Oh shit. What up, homeboy?
I couldn't get my camera.
My shit died, so I wasn't on here no way.
Am I on?
Yeah, you on?
Oh, okay. I was trying to connect my camera, but it wouldn't work. So I'm using the regular laptop camera.
All right, it's all good. As soon as you said you was going to get your camera, my shit died out. That should never happen to me before. All right, y'all got Alex Alonso on. Y'all keep calling him Professor. Y'all better have some questions for him.
I'm
Man,
hearing an echo.
is that me, you guys?
I'm hearing everything twice. Is that? That's
Damn.
crazy.
You got your phone on? You got two devices on?
I do. I got another computer going, but it's on mute though.
Oh, I don't know. I just hear one. He said, Lord, this is what I'm talking about. Two heavyweights. Salute Street TV. Street TV, shout out Alonso. Who's taller in real life? I think I'm a little taller than Alonso. Alonso came on active. Alonso got the T hat. They said it's the new Black Vlad TV. So what's going on with you and Vlad, man? Can you talk about that or not?
I'm hearing like an echo though. I'm hearing everything twice.
I don't know why. Are you guys hearing everything twice? Let us know. No, they said the sound is good on their end. Megalicious said, make sure you don't have two webs tabs open.
Oh, maybe I got too wet. Oh, yeah. All right. I fixed it. It was my fault.
Man. Can you talk about you and Vlad? Why you don't like Vlad or whatever?
Yeah. I don't like Vlad for, let's see, I'll say two main reasons. It's got nothing to do with the whole Farrakhan thing. That's all new. That's 2020. But in 2018, this dude had the nerve to talk about reparations. And I don't think that guy is qualified or carries any sort of credible voice to speak on reparations for black folks. And a lot of people was on his head, but it was only for like a week. And then everybody forgot about it.
I already knew that was going to happen.
So that was the first thing. And then the whole thing about paying for interviews. Now, this dude swore up and down in 2017 and 2018 that he did not pay for interviews. Then he came on the Gangster Chronicles, and I had to bring it up. And I knew I said, if this guy lies, I know for a fact because I had just spoke to Keefe D, and he knew I knew Keefe D. So we talked about the Keefe D interview, and I said, well, how'd you get Keefe D? Because I know Keefe D ain't doing nothing for free. So he admitted it on that interview, and ever since then, he's been admitting it like it was no big deal. And then I'm like, wait, you've been denying you paying for interview for years. Now all of a sudden you admitting it. So I think he went on Adam 22 after he did the interview with me and basically just said, oh yeah, I pay for interviews. And he said it in such a nonchalant way. He said it as if he had been doing it. and he was never transparent about it until then. And I think he doesn't like me because I checked him on that when he did the interview on the Gangster Chronicles. So that's pretty much that in a nutshell.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no names, but I got some information a while back before that he paid a certain individual for interviews because number one, that one person only wanted to get paid, and number two, he wouldn't go on unless he paid him. But somebody want to know, who was your favorite interview that you conducted? Your favorite person to interview?
Oh, well, a lot of times when people ask me that, I bring up the Kilroy from White Fence interview because that was one of the hardest interviews for me to land. We had to do it in an undisclosed location, and just to speak to a first generation Mexican mafia dude was amazing. You know, he's first generation Mexican mafia. He came on in 1961, even though they started in 57. All the dudes that were Mexican mafia from 57 and 61 are considered first generation. So
Yeah, That
That
was
was,
good.
and he was 75 years old at the time, so he had been he had been the oldest guy that I had ever interviewed, and right now he's 80, and I'm gonna try to get him again.
Have you ever interviewed boxer?
Nah, never interviewed Boxer. Boxer won't talk to me no more because I testified against him in court about 3 or 4 years ago.
What the fuck?
Yeah, see, him and I, we were friends actually. This dude was in prison with email, computer, telephone. So he would chop it up with me because he saw the interview I did with Chris Blatchford, and he kind of liked it. So he reached out to Chris Blatchford, and I told Chris Blatchford, give him my number. So we always talked. But then one day he's about to testify in this court case, and it just so happens that that dude hired me to for his defense. So I was like, wow, I'm gonna have to go up against Boxer. So, yo, we ripped him apart in court, and dude ain't never spoke to me since.
Damn. Let's see. I missed some questions, but let's see.
Is my screen is my camera looking clear? Is it?
Nah, it's a little blurry on your face. Everything
Okay.
else is pretty clear.
Because I don't have good internet here.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not clear.
I'm gonna clear it up though. But go ahead. I'm gonna switch the internet over to my cell phone because my cell phone actually has a better Wi-Fi connection. I'm gonna use my cell phone as a hotspot.
Okay.
And yeah, my internet here, and this is one of the reasons why I don't do a lot of Zooms, because this area that I'm in right now in Leimert Park, they don't have high-speed internet right here. And it's out of my control.
They want to know if you have a favorite interview that I did.
I always thought that Cutes interview was the very first Cutes interview was probably the most interesting, because I had always knew about Cutes and his whole family. I think it was 4 brothers: Lucky, Rusty, Cutes, and who's the 4th one? Mouse. Yeah, how you can forget Mouse? So right. I had always heard about these dudes from talking to Donald Archie and talking to Melvin Farmer. Melvin Farmer has like 100 Cute stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I was looking through my notes one day, and I was like, Cutes is still around, but he's in prison, or had just got out of prison. So I had always wanted to talk to the dude, and I was like, how do I find this dude? And then one day, boom, he's on your thing, and so that one was kind of dope. And I think Cutes is the youngest of the 4 brothers, or the second.
No, Lucky was the youngest.
Okay.
Cutes is either second or third. I always forget. Mouse is older.
Yeah, and all of them are dead except him.
Right, correct.
Yeah.
And their mother's still living, so she had to deal with all of that.
Yeah, and when Melvin Farmer first told me the stories of that family, and I had always been interested. You know, I was just fascinated. Like, damn, these 4 brothers was over here doing their thing. I'm always interested in families that have like this reputation. Like the Munsons is another family. So that Cutes family is definitely like, when you got 4 brothers all out there doing their thing, you know, that's kind of rare to have 4 or more brothers. The Munsons is 7 brothers. Mm-hmm. Only 5 of them was really in the streets. And then there's another family called the McCoys that lived on 76th Street on the east side. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find a McCoy. I always hear about this McCoy family. And then, of course, I think you know about the family that was the Figueroa boys. What was that family? What was their?
The Miles.
The Miles is another. It's about like 4 or 5 of them dudes.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry to cut you off. They want to know 2 questions. Why don't you interview more Videos?
Everybody that's from LA knows that there's a lot of politics involved when a Southsider gets on a camera. So, you know, stop asking me to do these interviews. They're not possible most of the time.
Honestly, all bullshit aside, I didn't know you had that problem. I thought it was just me.
Nah, I get every time I interview a Southsider, boom, my phone starts ringing the next day. the next day, and asking me, that interview wasn't approved, Alex. You shouldn't have posted that. I'm like, the dude said he wanted to do it. The dude said he didn't give a fuck. It is what it is.
Next question. Alonso, have you done any interviews for Mexican hoods down there in Long Beach?
Yeah, I interviewed Armando Zambrano, who used to be with the Longos back in the day. That was I think I did that one in 2014. Armando Zambrano. You could look that one up.
I don't really want to repeat this, but since it's in the comment section, Gangster Chronicles has been pure trash since Alonso left.
Hey, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I would probably agree partially sometimes. Every once in a while, they do a pretty cool episode, but I got problems with the dude from the show, Norman Steele. He did me wrong. He did Reggie Wright Jr. wrong, and that's all I'll say on that.
Yeah, I spoke to Norman, and I also spoke to Mob James, and I'll just say this: I don't have a problem with those guys, but I didn't feel right because me and you got history. I mean, you've been in the trenches with me, so you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say too much, but you really been where I've been. And so I got a relationship with you. We had a falling out that was really over some bullshit, but we made up. So I'm like, I got to be real with them dudes, man. I'm not finna get involved in that circus between you, them, and Vlad. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just stay true to my roots, stay true to the person that I already know and have a friendship with, man. So I didn't want to get involved in that shit.
Yeah, and a couple of people asked me about the show, like if they were going to go on, and I gave them my experience, and a couple of people I know said they ain't messing with that show no more. And there's other reasons for some people not to mess with it, but I know one thing: you will never see me messing with Norm Steele ever again. The dude is shady, and I'm going to be doing something new. Hopefully I'll do something. I'd rather do a podcast with Reggie Wright Jr., who's a former police officer. Okay. I'd rather do a podcast with that dude than I would with Norman again. That's for sure.
Man. Somebody said, I don't know if this is sarcasm. I think it is because they put LOL, but they said, Alonso, release that Craig Munson interview on YouTube.
hey, I would release it, but out of respect for Craig Munson, he doesn't want to put some of this stuff out there. I actually did about 3 interviews with Craig Munson. I got an interview with his brother. So they just sitting on the shelf, man. And, I don't know what I'm going to do if I'm going to ever do anything with them. But I got an amazing interview. One I did with Craig Munson. He just tells everything from the beginning to the end. And it's some stuff that some people don't know. Some people do know. Look, this guy knew Tookie. Tookie was his little homie, okay? Tookie was the little homie. Raymond Washington was the little homie. He knew Bird. Bird was his big homie. He tells an amazing Bird story. I talked to Bird, and Bird tells the exact same story, but he gives dates and years of everything that happened. But too bad that he doesn't want this stuff out there right now, and maybe one day we'll see.
Man, I didn't like Craig Munson because all the shit I heard about Craig. Then, of course, the little incident with me and Craig, where Craig went to you for permission, but y'all had something in the works. But after talking to him, man, I agree with you, man. That dude is a good interview. I never interviewed him, but I've talked to him extensively. He got a lot of knowledge. He fills in all the stuff that was missing to the beginning of the Crips. well respected in the Crip and Blood community and on the East Side. And he got an admiration for Bird. Bird also respects Craig Munson. Bird got a lot of stories about Craig being young and being a thug and shit. So I mean, I hate to say it like this. I don't know what other word to use, but I love talking to Craig Munson, man.
Yeah, I mean, I look, I talk to Craig Munson almost every week. Every Tuesday morning, I would go to his house and I would audio him for like an hour. So I probably did that for a year. I probably got 40 audio files of just talking to him because he wanted his book written. So I spent all this time gathering audios. And man, it's some incredible stories. Just his 5 years in prison was incredible. Mm-hmm. Like the prison stories, because he was already on swole when he got to San Quentin. Mm-hmm. Most of the time you went to prison and got on swole, right? Correct. He arrived on swole. So everybody's looking at this youngster, 20 years old, like, who is this dude? And he held it down in San Quentin for 5 years, and nobody could get with him during that time. And he met Geronimo Pratt in prison. His older brother ended up coming to the same prison he was at. Donnie Boy, who's the second man at his side, second in charge of the avenues, was on that same yard with him. So he got Geronimo Pratt. He got Donnie Boy. He's got his older brother, Joe. Man, they was running San Quentin. Damn,
all together. I ran across Geronimo Pratt. It was shit, once in a lifetime thing, man. My mother used to always speak on Geronimo Pratt, and then I ended up running across this fool, man. And he got a million stories too. It's too bad he passed. He could have told you some hell of a riot stories, Crip stories, Black Panthers, police being fought. Man, that man had a lot of stories. And that's part of the reason why he wanted to get the hell up out of America, man. He was scared of the government, man.
Actually, my boy did the last interview with him. He flew down to, I believe it was Alabama or Mississippi, where he was living before he went to Africa, and shot the last interview before he died. But I met him in '97 when he got out of prison over in Centinela Park. He came to the Slauson reunion. The Slausons do their reunion every year, right, in August. They used to do it in Centinela Park, but somebody got killed on one of those reunions, so they do it now at Holly Park. But in '97, Geronimo Pratt came to the reunion, and I was like, wow, the guy showed up and was playing the drums. I think I might have some footage of him playing the Congo drums.
Oh, that would be classic, man. You got to pull that out.
Yeah, but that was 1997 footage is not the best quality. Right, and right. The camera I was using in '97, it wasn't even a mini DV in '97. It was mini DV came out in 2000.
Right. I remember when you gave mini DVs up. You gave me some. You gave me about 4 or 5 tapes.
Because I had a whole bunch of them, and I had already switched over to the cards.
Right. Exactly.
I got about 200 or 300 mini DV tapes.
Damn. I've been telling my viewers for the last 2 nights, I want to have my shit converted next time I get some money. Right now, I just bought a scanner today so I can scan my pictures and start putting them in digital. Grabbing your old school camera.
No, look at this. I got about 5 of these trays. These are mini DVs.
Yeah.
So this came out in 2000. From like 2000 to 2008, I shot on these. And 97, I was using, I think, it wasn't good quality. I gotta look at my tapes.
Question for Alex and Kev. Other than the Southside hoods, which are the hardest hoods to get history on? Let me answer that first. Okay, now this is just for me. This ain't for Alonso. He has a different experience. Alonso interviewed these cats, the vintage show lines. I haven't been able to get vintage show lines, and I know a lot of these dudes did time with them. They call me, they talk to me, and I haven't been able to get them. Also, the 111s. You would think that would be the easiest interview I could ever get. Those are the two hardest for me.
Well, I've interviewed show lines, but I never posted any of it because it's for a documentary that we're doing.
Okay.
I interviewed OG Cisco. And the reason why I can't post it is because I shot it with Bone. So I have an agreement with Bone that we're saving it for something. But I can go interview Cisco again and post it. He's still around. I think Cisco would be the oldest Venice show line. He was born in 1954, 54 or 55. Have you heard of Cisco?
Yeah, I know Cisco.
Oh, you know Cisco? Okay.
Yeah.
You haven't tried to interview Cisco?
There was like 2 points where they say Cisco was going to do the interview, but he running around. We never got to hook up. It's always been an issue dealing with them, and it's not no bad vibes or no line or nothing. We just never been able to make it happen.
Yes, Cisco's real cool. He's real cool, and I'm surprised he hasn't popped up somewhere else. Because I have nothing but positive vibes with Cisco. I used to go to their hood days, which I think is either in June or July, because their hood is not based on a number.
Right.
And they told me how they picked their hood day. I forget, but I think it's every July. And they do it right there in Oakwood Park. And I shoot. I'm like the only dude that's with a camera there shooting footage that's not from Showline. In fact, one time I posted a bunch of pictures from one of the hood days, and I didn't mean to do this, but a couple of them show lines, they had I guess they had Playboy Gangsta Crip Killer on their shirts. So I posted the pictures, and then Stan Muhammad, he called me up and he said, "Man, are you trying to start a war?" Like, he got mad at me thinking that I was like, "Look, I just posted a 50 batch. I did it in a batch." And he said, "Man, you got PBG Killer on some of those pictures." So I ended up deleting those pictures out of respect to Stan Muhammad.
Right. Black Dog from Venice Showline, he promised to do an interview with me. He came to California, went to my homeboy's funeral. It was around the same time as their hood day. At the funeral, he promised me an interview. Then he told me after their hood day, he'd do the interview. Next thing I know, he was going back to another state where he lived. I'm like, damn, man, he really gave me the runaround, but he got a lot of information. He's a cool dude. I think he had 2 police shootings that he was convicted of. And he go back to before Venice was even fighting Crips. Another Venice show line I did time with, you heard of Honey Bear?
Yep.
I did. I was in the county jail with Honey. I didn't mean to say I did time with him, but I ran across him in the county jail. And it was during a strange time in my life where they put us both on the roof together, shackled in handcuffs and shit, like we were some high-powered motherfuckers. And I'm looking at him like he's really high-powered. I'm like, why the hell am I like this and in the same category as him? But what happened, we had a revolt against the sheriff deputies, and they used me as an example, sent me to high power. And so that's how I ended up meeting Honey Bear.
Yeah.
And he had some good we didn't talk extensively, but we became friends. So after I did get out, I've talked to him over the phone. But that dude is a legend right there. Did you freeze? I think Alonso froze you guys. No, Philip McCain died. So I assume, obviously, you missed the story where I was to go interview Philip McCain. I talked to him over the phone and shit several times, but he lived in Inglewood Family Hood. And he told me to come through. He'll be in a wheelchair. He'll be either at home or on Manchester and Crenshaw. And he told me be bloods on his block, but don't worry about him. So that just threw me all the way off. Nigga, I'm not coming over your house looking for you, a man in a wheelchair and his blood's on the block. All right. Yeah, you clear now. A lot clearer.
I switched to my hotspot.
Oh, yeah, you clear as hell.
Yeah. What else we got?
Oh, no, I was telling them, they asked about a Philip McCain interview. And I was supposed to interview Philip McCain, but he lived in Inglewood Family Hood. So he told me come looking for him, and if I don't see him, ask around. There'd be some Bloods on the block. I'm like, nigga, I'm not coming over there asking no Bloods where you at. I'm like, let me know when you're at home, and I'll come over there when you're at home. And he could never tell me, like, I'm here now, come. So I never got that interview. And then after a while, I just brushed it off, only to hear he died like 3 weeks later. I was like, fuck, I should have went and got that interview.
I hate when that happens, when someone dies on you.
Bro, if I write down the names, I could probably give you 12 names. It done happened to me like 12 times, bro.
Yeah,
Mr. X from the Grandies, he was giving me an interview. We talked over the phone a lot. And he kind of like procrastinated. Then he got throat cancer. And then he told me he's going to have some treatments. He's still going to do the interview. So I called to get the interview, and some woman answered for his woman, and she was like, "Oh, he need rest, and he don't need to be straining his voice, and blah blah blah." So I talked to some other Crips, and they was like, "Man, she tripping. That nigga can talk, and blah blah blah." Never got that interview. He died on me, and like I said, like 10 other people, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not letting anybody that's over 60. I'm gonna jump on it from now on because it's happened to me just recently. My man from Campanella Park, Piru, just died. One of the OGs over there. Forgetting his name. Damn. What else we got?
Oh, I don't know. I was reading where somebody was telling somebody about a diss to Santana. Alex, have any altercations happen behind the scenes during any of your interviews?
A few times, man. I actually did an interview with this dude from 20 Outlaws, and he decided to take me to the 30 Pyrus, just the hood right next to them. And we started interviewing in the 30 Pyrus, and the 30 Pyrus pulled up on us and said, "What are you doing over here?" And I was like, "Well, your boy from 20 Outlaws, brought us over here." So they acted like everything was cool. As soon as the interview was over, homeboy got DP'd right there in front of me while I'm putting the camera equipment away, and my assistant was shook. So I told my assistant, I was like, "Yo, go in the car. I'll just wait for me," because I wanted to stop it a little bit, but it was nothing I could do. It was like 5 or 6 dudes stomping the dude out. So after they stomped him out, I helped him to his car. He drove off real quick and left me there. And then I'm just talking to these dudes. I'm like, "Man, what was that? Why'd you do that?" And it's like, "Man, he wasn't supposed to bring you over here." So that was one incident. I never even posted that interview, man.
All right, I'm gonna give you one, and then somebody said you didn't answer the question about the hardest interview for you to get. So mine was, because I never had no drama in none of mine, but we almost had one. I was interviewing a Compton Crip set, and I'm there. You do this, so you know how it is. You ain't really tripping. Whatever is happening is happening. You ain't heart ain't beating fast. You ain't worried. So we there chilling. Car. And youngsters getting out. You could tell they with the business and shit. And so now I'm like, damn, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm not gonna ask them what's going on, but I'm like, damn, what's going on? So I'm just peeping, I'm watching this shit. And then after the interview, they told me that they showed up to DP somebody that was there. And they said, out of respect for me and Kev Mac videos, they gave him a pass that day. And they said they was going to do him something vicious, but I happened to be there. So I'm like, damn. I don't know if dude ever got, or I never seen him again to tell him, like, man, they was going to get you that day. Boy, you lucky I was there with the cameras and shit that day.
I bet a lot of stuff happens behind the scenes that we don't know about. A week later, 2 weeks later, things happen that we don't ever know about.
Yeah, that could be possible. So what hood is hard for you to get an interview with?
I mean, there's just so many hoods that haven't even been interviewed. All the ones that haven't been interviewed. But I was trying to get this dude from Hat Gang. He was on and off with me, and I would just say he was flaky with it. And let's see what else. I'll tell you the ones that I would like to interview. I'll tell you. I want to interview. When I interviewed Tony Craddock and Little Perry, it was interesting to hear from people who actually grew up with Raymond. Mm-hmm. Whereas everyone says they knew Raymond. You know, how many people say they knew Raymond? Mm-hmm. But to actually hear from more people that grew up with Raymond. So, for example, Psycho Mike, he's never done an interview. He's someone that knew Raymond probably better than anyone else, better than most people who are alive, right? Mm-hmm. Tony Craddock grew up one block away from Raymond. He's on 76th Place. Raymond's on 76th Street. Mm-hmm. Little Perry, it was confirmed in the interview I did with your OG that this dude used to live across the street and pick Raymond Washington up all the time. Pretty Boy lived right next to Raymond Washington. Mm-hmm. So I would say one of the hardest things is to get people who actually knew Raymond to tell us more stories.
I agree with that. Mike is my homeboy. You know that, right? Psycho Mike.
Oh, Psycho Mike is okay.
That's my homeboy.
I talked to him once or twice. He's kind of hard to understand, though, right?
I never had a problem understanding him, but Mike has lots of information. My only problem with Mike, and if he see me, he probably gonna talk shit. But my only problem with Mike is like we'll be talking some history, and he'd be like, "Man, I can't give you that. I can't give you that. This is original Crip shit." And then he'd be like, "You the homie, I'll give it to you." But he always have to call Alden, and I'm like, okay, you know, it just seemed weird that you got to ask Alden. If you was there and you know him, you should have that info. Otherwise, your memory is not that good. So that's kind of loses me right there. But yeah, everybody agree, even the brothers, man. Psycho Mike got all the info. He know the original, I think, what was it, 7 or 8 Crips. He knows them all. He knows all the names, and he knows everything, but he don't want to put it out there.
Well, someone's going to put it out there, hopefully. There's a guy that lived on Raymond Street. He didn't Crip. I forget his name, but he's still over there. I met him when I met Tony Craddock. So I'm thinking of following up with that dude.
Yeah. But I agree with you, man. We need people that really, really hung with Raymond like that, because I agree with you too. Most people seem like they just knew him. Like they can't really give you nothing real good and concrete.
Exactly. Like Craig Craddock went to elementary school with Raymond.
Right.
And that's Tony. You know, Tony Craddock is like 3 or 4 years younger. So he's telling his story from the perspective as the little homie also. You know, I think Tony Craddock was probably born in 57. So even though he's got incredible information, it's not like somebody that was born in 53 or 54.
Them the ones you want.
Yeah.
And you know what I was telling my crowd earlier is that a lot of those people, I don't know if you experienced this or not, but a lot of the originals, they'll say, oh, he was way younger, or I was older than him. And they make it seem like it was 3, 4, 5 years. But when we do our research, you guys are born in the same year or 1 year apart. It's 53 or 54. And then those other guys, like the Pookie's era is 56, Q-Sim era is 57. And they be like, I think Jamel is what, 55?
54 or 55.
And these dudes, you know, basically this is what I tell them. I tell every older Crip or Blood this. You guys may have been there. You know what you know. You experience what you experience. But we do research. We get the actual birth dates, actual incidents in newspapers and court records. So you can tell us what you want to tell us, but that shit is wrong because this dude died on such and such date, or this dude was this age. And so our shit really turns out to be more credible than they shit. It's just the story. The story may be true, but your dates and all that age shit that's some personal shit, or your memory's fucked up.
Well, you had one of the OGs from Nine Deuce Bishop talk about Craig Munson being 5 years older than Raymond Washington,
Right.
which is completely not true at all.
Right.
5 years is a lot for teenagers, but it's actually 2 years 8 months to be exact. 2 years 8 months.
So Craig was born in 51.
No, Craig was born in December of 50. Almost 51, but December of 50.
Okay, so almost 3 years apart.
Raymond was born in August of 53.
Correct.
So that would be 2 years 8 months, right?
Right.
Yeah, 2 years 8 months. So I mean, and he's not the only one that has said that. So this is not to criticize.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Mr. Lavender, but Mr. Lavender did say Craig Munson was 5 years older than Raymond.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I get this over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And I even have people whose uncles was gangbangers, and they say, my uncle was older than Raymond. My uncle punked Raymond or ran Raymond. And I get the birth certificate, and your uncle was almost 2 years younger than Raymond. And it'd be hard to punk a 15-year-old when you're 13 years old.
It's not possible. It's not possible. But Craig Munson is 69 years old. He'll be 70 this month.
Okay.
And Raymond Washington would be turning 68 next year.
Mm-hmm.
In 2021. Yeah, in August of 2021, he would be 68.
What do you think about Judson Baycott being so old, hanging out with youngsters?
Well, Judson was born in 49, but he was born in late 49. So it's almost like he was born in 50. So that's still older. It's still older.
I mean, being a 20-year-old in a 15-year-old's gang, that's weird.
I did the math on it, and he would have been 3. Look, Donald Archie was born in February of 54.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, February of 54 or January or February. Mm-hmm. So he's younger than Raymond by 6 months.
Okay.
And Big Bob the Hawk, who Judson Baycott ran with, he was born in 51. Bobby Creer, the one that just died last year. He's the one that went to prison for the Ballou murder also. So he was only 2 years, actually a year and some months older than Big Bob. So he hung out with Big Bob a lot. And then Judson said in the interview, he didn't run with Donald Archie, Sweetback. That was the homie, but he didn't. He ran with Dottie. He said a guy named John Dottie, who apparently Dottie actually put hands on Tookie and got the best of him one time. John Dottie, D-A-T-I. I don't think he's with us anymore. But John Dottie would have been, I think, born in 52. So all these guys are younger than Judson.
Right.
So I don't know.
I always marked the standard with Raymond because most of the guys Raymond recruited, like you said earlier, was born in 53 or 54.
Yeah.
And every now and then you might find a 1955 guy in the crew. But once you start talking about 56 and 57, that's a whole nother era.
Yep, those are the baby Crips.
Yeah, they're young.
Those are the baby Crips. That's where your Barefoot Pook. I think Barefoot Pookie's 56 or 57?
1956.
Okay, and Melvin Farmer's 57. So yeah, and then Sidewinder is born in 59, but he would be considered the OG from the first generation of bangers.
Right.
So all your guys that were born in 59 and 60, they were gang banging in the late 70s when it got really hectic. So these guys like like Raymond Washington, Tookie, Donald Archie, they fought a lot. But when it gets to 78, 79, they shooting more.
Yeah.
And those are the guys that are born in 59 and 60.
Yeah, Donald Archie was known for his hands, man. I talked to a lot of dudes, man. Donald was a fighter.
And he was an athlete. He was like probably always the best person on the court, whether it's basketball or baseball. I seen some old photos of him in the baseball leagues when I guess they used to have a league in the 70s where they would go around different neighborhoods and play. But, he messed his off just like Ricardo Sims. Ricardo Sims could have went to the 1970. He could have went to the Olympics in 1972 or 76. But, he was more interested in the streets.
But, I discovered a long time ago, bro, and this topic is normal in my hood now, but I figured out when I was young, a lot of these guys was good athletes, though. If we really wanted to pick name for name, a lot of these guys was good athletes, man. And I can name people in my hood. I'm sure you could name people in your hood. We can name people on the east side, Compton, everywhere, man. And a few of them, like Jimmy Lavender names people that actually became pro athletes. They didn't fuck around with the game. They could have easily been a original Crip or original Pyro. But instead had a baseball or a football career ahead of them. Or basketball.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think Ricardo Sims could have became a professional track runner. I was reading some old LA Times articles, and they had his times in there, and he was the best in the city, and he was one of the best in the state. So, that's the pedigree for becoming an Olympic athlete.
Right, I get that. James Miller was a hell of a football player. Keita Rock was a hell of a baseball player. A whole lot of people, man. Those are just the ones that come off the top of my head. But a lot of them, man, was real athletes. They say Raymond Washington was a hell of an athlete. He could flip off the diving board. He could tumble. He could do everything. Run.
You seen that picture of him with his shirt off, right? Flexing?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's from working out with Craig Munson and Donnie Boy, though.
Now, did Craig Munson tell you that? Because Craig told me a different story.
No, he didn't say that to me, but I knew that Raymond Washington was in Donnie Boy's gym.
I heard Raymond Washington used to lift weights in Craig Munson's garage. Craig Munson said Raymond might have touched them weights one time. He said because they was serious with the weights. They was like, ain't no way Raymond could lift what we was lifting. And so he said the most he remembered is one day Raymond was over in the corner playing with the dumbbells.
Yeah, Craig Munson doesn't have the best memory.
Yeah.
He remembers Raymond just a few times.
Right. But Donnie Boy remembered all of that shit.
Well, Donnie Boy doesn't want to talk to nobody, man. That's so unfortunate, man. Donnie Boy is paranoid. He thinks the feds are still looking after the avenues. Some crazy stuff. So, right. But I seen Donnie Boy face to face a few times. I seen him at the what is this thing called on Crenshaw that we do every year? Taste of Soul.
Oh, yeah.
I saw him at the Taste of Soul. But I hear stories from other people who remember better about Craig Munson and Raymond Washington. Did you know that Raymond Washington's father lived on 84th and Hooper?
Yeah. His real father. Yeah.
His real father. And here's what I don't understand. His father's name was Raymond Washington, but we never think of Raymond Washington as a junior.
Never.
It's
always Raymond Lee Washington.
Yeah, so I looked up the house. The house was owned by Raymond Washington, but the father. And then when he died, they had a big, memorial over there for him. This is a few years back. And Rayshana told me she went. Rayshana went to the memorial on 84. So a lot of people don't understand that Raymond Washington has history on 84th and Hooper.
Absolutely.
And you know where Craig Munson was living at the time?
I forget, 83rd and Hooper?
83rd and Hooper, right. Just one block. So that's Raymond's connection to the avenues?
Now check this out. Damn, for the life of me, I can't remember who told me the story. But anyway, the way the story was told to me, I don't remember who told me, but Raymond looked over his father's gate one day and sees Craig Munson and them, and he's like, damn, who's that big fool? And Raymond goes and walks around there to see who's over there, and that's how he get to know them dudes over there. Because he was infatuated, like these some big old dudes, but he wasn't scared to walk around there and meet them. And I asked Craig Munson about it, and like you said, Craig Munson don't even remember his father living over there.
Nah, he don't remember a lot of stuff, but that's why. Well, Craig always introduces me to other people
And
they tell better stories than Craig does, unfortunately. There's also a story of Raymond getting shot over there once in the leg. I believe it's in the leg. Do you ever heard of anything about him getting shot once?
No, I haven't.
I haven't been able to really get a lot of information about it, but apparently over there by his father's house, he got shot once. This would have been as a teenager. So, but not too many people can confirm that.
Right. Man, there's a lot of history out there, and I'm sure we right there on the verge of getting a lot of it, but we actually have a lot of it already. It's just hard to put all this shit together because different people got different stories. Or every time you get some real good information, you always have a hater to be like, man, that nigga lying. It didn't happen like that. And be like, okay, well, you tell your story, and they don't want to tell their story.
Yeah, well, I got all of the Craig Munson history. It ain't out there for the public, unfortunately, and people getting mad at me. But don't be mad at me. Go DM Craig Munson in his Instagram and vent your frustrations towards him. But yeah, I mean, there's so much history that people don't know, and I've been learning a lot of stuff about Raymond through Craig Munson's friends. All of Craig Munson's friends, they're like 1 or 2 years younger. So they were born in 51 and 52.
Right.
They saw Raymond grow up.
Right, exactly.
So Raymond Washington was like the little homie. And they get stories all the time. And when Pretty Boy told me there was a dude that used to pick Raymond Washington up across the street, I was like, I got to find out who this dude is. And that's Perry that I interviewed with Tony Craddock. But Perry is younger than Raymond.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. You take it how you want, or Perry can take it how you want. I'm not going to say the guy's name, but one of Raymond Washington's good friends, he's still living. If you need a name, I'm sure Bird or somebody will tell you. But I'm not going to say it in public because he's asked me, he wants to stay low-key. He's an old dude now. He's paranoid, kind of like you said the other brother is.
Johnny boy.
But he called me and he was like, man, that nigga Perry lying, man. That nigga wasn't no driver for Raymond. I don't know why Pretty Boy co-signing that. Man, Perry was a little old pipsqueak and all that shit. And I'm like, man, you need to come out and tell the true story. I can't do that, man, unless I get millions. So that's why I say some dudes, whether they hating or whether they remember shit different, they always got something to say. But unfortunately, we can't get everybody's story.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Perry's lying or not. I did do the math, and some of the timeline doesn't always make sense to me.
He was too young.
Because look, Raymond Washington went to prison in 72.
Mm-hmm.
He got out, I believe, in 75.
Right.
So you was either picking him up in early 72 or you was picking him up in 75. He said he was picking him up in 75. But then some people say when he came out of prison in 75, he went to Texas first. Then he came to LA in 76. So there's like there's a Raymond Washington timeline that we don't really know completely. We don't know exactly when he got out of prison, like the month. Most people say 75, right?
Yep, everybody. Yep.
Okay. Have you ever heard that he went to Texas and lived there for a little while?
I've heard that, but I've never been able to confirm that. I met, Rayshana could probably tell you, I met his whole damn family. He had when Raymond Washington's older brother died. That was my homeboy, Ron Ron. You met Ron Ron, or you heard of Ron Ron?
Yeah, Ron Ron had just got out of prison, right?
Yes. Well, that's Ron Ron's dad, is Raymond Washington's oldest brother. And so I knew him. I knew the family. And I go to the funeral. And after the funeral, we go to Ron Ron's house. I meet a whole bunch of people from Texas, all related to Raymond Washington, whether they knew him or not. Most of them were younger, so they never got to meet him. But they all related to Raymond Washington. And I didn't dig off into all the different questions and stuff, but somebody's alive that can tell you whether Raymond came there or not. There's too many of them still living.
Yeah, and that's something that is part of his timeline, his history, that will help make sense. Because if someone says they was doing whatever with Raymond at a particular time, and we know he was in Texas for 6 months, then we know that person's lying. That's why we got to get the timeline, and then you're able to weed out all the liars.
Right. They want to know, would you ever get interviewed by Kev?
Oh, would I ever get interviewed? I don't think I'm a good interview because there's a lot of I don't talk about my history too much. I really don't.
I respect that. I wouldn't even ask you about all that. That's what they want to hear. But I know, I know the game in and out. I wouldn't even go there with you. But I do think if I did interview you, I think it would be funny and entertaining. I think just based on when we kick it, we got a lot of the same information and we didn't get it together.
Yeah.
Got the same dates, the same names and places, and you learned it from a different way than I learned it. So,
well, I started doing this. What's crazy, I wrote my master's thesis about the history of the gangs back in, I wrote it in 99 is when I published it. But in 96, I started writing it. And then at the same time, Bone from Athens was starting to shoot the documentary Bastards of the Party. So Bone actually had more access to a lot of these older cats than I had. Bone introduced me to Bird. I never knew Bird until Bone introduced me. Bone took me to Bird's house when he lived off of Dinker. Back in 96 as I met Bird. And then he introduced me to the founder of the Businessmen, Raymond Wright, Raymond Suge Wright. We did a little interview with him. So that's really, when I started meeting all these cats, I was like, oh, man. And then I started venturing on my own and meeting people. You know who's really interesting? Have you ever heard of a guy named D, who was from the Watts Prophets? D.
No.
Watts Prophets was these three guys. D's the only survivor. He's 80 years old. And D is the one that put Bone on to the whole history of gangs in LA. But D don't want to do no interview. He wants to get paid $1 million. And I'm like, D, you 80 years old and nobody even heard of you. The younger generation don't know who you are. Now you can go Google Watts Prophets and you'll see all his old stuff. And D is the first rapper to make a record. The first rapper to make a record. It's called Rapping White in a Black World, 1967. Dang. Look that up. It's literally called Rapping Black in a White World, and he's rapping. AMDI, AMDI.
Bone used to run with Lil Monster. Yeah, Cody saying his little brother Monster turned into a rat. Now that you say that, I may have heard of him, but I know absolutely nothing about him. But I did hear the story about somebody was lacing Bone, so it has to be the same guy.
D is the dude that was lacing Bone. And if you watch Bastards of the Party, there's a young D. Like, a lot of people don't know, it took 10 years to finish Bastards of the Party. So when you watch it, it's a lot of old interviews with newer interviews. The D interview was done in 96. So if you look at it, you're looking at an interview that was done, how many years ago is that? 24 years ago. So D's 80 because he had a birthday party. I went to his birthday party a few months ago. So 24 years ago, D was a young 56 years old. That's funny to say that, 56 is young.
Right. But shit, to compare to 80, it is young.
He's 80 now, so you'll see him in there.
Oh yeah, you got Bloodhound, man. Bloodhound is like legendary in today's Blood and Crip history.
Also, he's the only guy that I know, and tell me if you know anybody who can break this record. He's been shot 23 times.
No.
Nine different occasions, 23. He's got 23 bullet wounds in his body. And I've never met anybody with more bullet wounds. Now, I interviewed Baby T Tiger from 5'9 Hoover. He's got 16 bullet wounds in his body from 4 different occasions. But yeah, Bloodhound's got 23 bullet wounds, and I've seen every single one of them. He ain't exaggerating. It's not a lie. He's been shot 23 times.
I got a homie that's been shot about that, but I don't know for sure, so I'm not going to say. But I think he may have been shot 23 times in one incident, and he lived.
Damn. That's a record then if it's a one, because Bloodhound is 9 incidents.
Yeah, I know. But that's a lot of times to be going to the hospital and shit and getting landed.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all a Bloodhound story. I could tell it because he's no longer with us. Jimbo, who was an OG from 20s, had Bloodhound shot one of those times.
Shaniqua from Oakland says her brother got shot 27 times.
How many different occasions? All at once?
How many times, Shaniqua? My homeboy that been shot a lot, he's probably listening. He always listens. Where's the interview with the guy bodybuilder who denied Raymond Washington and allegedly slapped him?
That's Craig. That would be Craig Munson that slapped him.
Right. He's talking about Craig.
Craig says he slapped him, but I think he punched him. But, Craig doesn't like to put extras on his stuff. But I can't imagine him slapping somebody. I think he stole on Raymond. But that's his version.
Yeah. Alex, did you believe, I don't know that name, when he said his set came from Farndale, Compton, or was he confused?
Well, Loki Shmula's from New York, so I don't know what he was talking about. I'm not aware of that quote, so I can't even comment.
He said he was shot on about 3 different occasions, and he's still living.
I guess nowadays you can survive gunshot wounds better than you can 20 years ago, 30 years ago. The technology is much better. It might be one reason why we don't have as many murders. We talk about the murder rate is down. A lot of people ain't getting killed, but these doctors in these hospitals sew you up much better than they did in like 1987.
Well, Alonso, I'm going to get up out of here. I've been on for 3 hours.
Damn.
I had so much fun, dog. I want to know when you could come back on with me, just me and you, and chop it up for a little while.
Oh, anytime.
All right, I'll hit you up and we can figure out a date.
All good.
I appreciate you, bro. You take it easy, man. Have a good night.
All right. You stay safe. Stay COVID free, y'all.
For real, man. For real. All right, peace, bro. All right, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here, man. That was cool. Whoever's Henny God, I believe, that suggested Alonso come on live, great suggestion. I had a good time. I can't wait to do it again. Hey, y'all take it easy, man. I'm out of here. Y'all take it easy, man. Good night. Mac Kids, Maniacs, good looking out for the super chats. Good looking out for the over 300 people in here for so long. That was pretty good. Appreciate it. Y'all take it easy, y'all. Peace.